wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello and welcome to your Thursday KVJ Show. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Kevin.
Good to see you. Almost to the weekend. Just got another day left.
Yeah, this one's flying by.
Well, it's a 4-day week. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Every now and then, those 4-dayers can kind of creep up and go extra slow for some odd reason.
No, this one's not.
This one's not. This one's going quick.
Yeah, thank goodness. So we're just a little bit away from it. In fact, there's a lot of stuff going to be kicking off today. This is a very busy weekend in South Florida. Honda Classic gets going already today.
Oh.
That's just one of the many things that's happening.
I think they added another layer to that Bears trap. Now it's like a triple-decker situation.
She's back.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see just how the Bears trap is because, this is kind of the year where we're back from, the COVID and they had limitations and restrictions on how many people could cram into the bear trap. It's, right around one of the holes where everybody goes and the bars are there and people get all crazy. And I don't know if you saw, but the Phoenix Open is supposed to have the craziest hole on the entire PGA Tour. And they lived up to it because they have this tradition. If somebody hits a hole in one, it's a par 3, everyone in the stand starts throwing their beer in the air. And it looked like a Green Bay Packers game.
Wow.
And it was golf. This guy hit a hole in one this year, and you can see everybody just beer is spraying all over the place. I mean, it's one of the most chaotic things that I've seen in sports, and it's golf.
That's when golf is doing it right. Do more things like that, golf.
Right. So you're talking about the second layer on the Bears trap this year. You've got the motivation from the Phoenix Open. Can we keep par? Because the Bears trap is supposed to be the second craziest hole on the PGA Tour. And some of the golfers, like it, and they're like, oh, this is great, this is fun, I feel like I'm in the NFL now with a rowdy crowd. Some golfers hate it. So there's kind of a mix as to how they feel about the rowdy, drunken fans at golf tournaments.
The beer and the doing all that's some Happy Gilmore golf.
It was.
So for
It's
that.
very Happy Gilmore that they did. If you haven't seen that video, you can look that up. So is the bear trap going to be a little bit crazy or more tame this year? I guess we'll start to find out as they start round 1. Today, Brooks Koepka, West Palm Beach native, is going to be teeing off early. You got Ricky Fowler and several other big-name golfers going to be in the Honda Classic today. So that's just one of the big things that's going on. I'll give you a quick little rundown of some of the other things you can start doing today coming up here in just about 30 minutes on the KVJ Show.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you got in your mind today, Jay Bird?
Man, I had some weird stuff going on in my house last night.
You did?
Well, yeah, we had our Weird Whatever podcast, and we did everything was fine up until the actual podcast. And then the podcast starts, we're doing a test run, and it just seemed like there was gremlins in all of our electronics. Nothing was working. Things weren't working on Facebook. Things weren't working on my phone. Things weren't working on the one computer. It was bizarre. So if you watched last night's podcast, it was all glittery sorry, something in my throat here.
What is
Maybe
it?
you need to start drinking again.
You got that Kahlua?
I always.
You do. You should. Mama's
I love
pack.
Jibber's always pushing food. Virginia's always pushing booze.
I know. We're not very good influences.
Yeah, we're terrible.
So long story short, all this stuff's going down during the podcast, before the podcast, and then the podcast is over, and we all come out of the room, and one of my alien statues is across the floor as if somebody threw it. Another one is turned over completely. Now, these are types of statues where it shouldn't be flying across the room. So Vicky thought that was really odd. We all thought that was weird.
Yeah.
And then throughout the night, my TV kept going on and off. My new TV. Yeah. Odd stuff going on right now.
Okay.
I love it.
I know you're very ghost hopeful.
I am very
ghost hopeful.
You love it.
So whatever I'm doing, it's working. I'm conjuring up something.
Yeah, they were partying. I mean, how do you know when a ghost is upset or a ghost is happy and just having a great time?
Well, this seems to happen where I go through these phases where there's a ton of activity, and it seems to be going. There's a ton of activity right now. Me and Vicky are recording.
Okay.
We're gonna record my house.
Okay. All right. Has she done a full investigation of your house?
She has
said what she thinks might be in there.
She's done a few walkthroughs.
Okay.
She hasn't done the stuff with the cameras yet, which is the next level what we're doing. She had a theory. Do you remember? I was telling you all about that weeping man I hear in my closet.
You sure it's not your dad?
It's not my dad.
You sure it's not Kevin?
Could be. I'm hiding away.
It's in the closet. I know this all sounds crazy.
It does.
I know it does.
It sounds like you're making it up.
I know it does. You know what? You're right. I'm going to stop talking about it.
No, I'm fascinated. I'm asking you questions.
I'm
please.
really not making it up. I get that there's a good percentage that think I am.
Yeah.
Whether I'm crazy or not, that is the debatable part.
Yeah.
I believe it's happening.
I don't think it's debatable.
I hear you. She's an angry drunk, Kevin.
Yeah, I hear you.
So
she thinks there's
a theory there. Remember, I had that dream about that missing kid from the 80s, Maurice Jefferson?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She thinks it might be him.
What?
And
it's a theory.
So would it be possible his spirit is trying to use you to get information out about his death?
I don't know. It's just a theory. That could be.
I like the fact that he's kicking over all your alien dolls.
Well,
it's got you thinking.
But we don't know if that's what's. Look, man, from what I understand, there's a buffet of ghosts going on there. There's quite a bit of activity.
Well, you wanted it and you got it.
That's what Vicky had picked up. There's definitely different types of activity going on.
You're a lunatic.
I know.
You're crazy, and you invited these ghosts, and now that you have them, don't be sad. Don't be freaked out when they mess up your house and they're crying in your closet.
Well, don't you think? I mean, if I can get great proof, awesome proof on video, isn't that what we want?
You do have great proof. That video that you brought in here that time of that ghoul in the bed with you pulling the covers was really good.
And they're still saying it sucked. There's still naysayers, Virginia.
Really?
There always will be, Bird.
There is. So I'm always trying to get that next high.
Well, you know I'm the biggest naysayer there is.
I know.
And if I looked at that video and saw a goblin pulling the covers off of you, you don't need anybody else's opinion.
Well, the problem is people think me and Vicky, the naysayers think we doctored the video. They think that we did something to alter.
We don't have that kind of CGI.
Well, we in 110% honesty, we do have that ability. Me and Dennys could go in there. We could fake videos. I'm being honest, and Vicky's being honest. We have cameras through the entire house. So it's not only just that room where we caught the ghost. Oh. There is stuff where Chewy is being filmed. So
but you wouldn't fake videos.
We didn't fake it.
You just wouldn't do that.
We wouldn't. But the goal is to get even better, clearer proof. That's always the mission for Chin.
Sounds like the ghosts are willing.
I know.
But that's the only problem, though. If the ghosts are in, they got to realize they got to start messing with your equipment because you can't record them if they're messing with the equipment.
Yeah, the other thing, too, is people wanted to know why I stopped drinking for a minute and stopped caffeine. I have a sleep test coming up, and I wanted to rule out anything that was interrupting my sleep, and I just can't go into the doctor's office and say, yeah, doc, I think I might have spirits ripping me out of my sleep. They may not take me seriously, so I wanted to cut out alcohol, caffeine,
because they could say alcohol would mess with your sleep, and
it does,
and it does, and so does all of that stuff.
So you have like a reason why you quit drinking?
Yeah, I'm not doing it because I'm trying to find myself. I know at heart I'm a drunk.
I don't think I've ever put this together that you have a reason. It's the sleep study.
Yeah, I want to rule out anything of why I don't like not sleeping, and I just know it's not a good thing for me, and I want to figure out what the hell's going on. And if the last part of the equation is it's not caffeine, it's not alcohol, it's not this, it's not that, it's a ghost, I would like to. That's where we're at.
May I suggest a Sleep Number bed? They're delicious. They're wonderful. They get you a great night's sleep.
Yeah, and the great thing about that bed does help me. I'm not going to listen to a commercial. I fall asleep a lot of times out of my bed. I'm a person that sleeps where I sleep.
On the floor, on the sofa.
You name it, I can claim it.
Okay. That sofa is not comfortable to sleep on.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
I hate spending grown-up money. I love spending fun money. I love to go out to eat and spend money on like restaurants. I love to go do like adventures or like a theme park or like a fun show. I love fun money. I get so mad when I have to spend money on adult things. And I didn't even notice this. Did you know that like one of your tires on your car can go bald and all the other ones are not bald?
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea this was a thing. So on my side of the car, on the driver's side, tire's fine. Panda comes in the house and goes, you know, your tire on the passenger side front wheel is almost completely bald. I was like, what? How's that possible? But I didn't even see it. I never go over there. I never ride shotgun in my own car.
Yeah.
So now I got to buy 2 new tires at least, maybe even 4, because one of the tires is bald. And how does that even happen? How's that fair?
Take that tire to Hair Club.
There you go.
Ugh.
We just had this. We had to replace
per tire.
Yeah.
Like $300 per tire.
Yeah, we had to replace just 2 of the 4, but they were really working us over, saying, well, you know, this thing's not going to ride well because, you know, the other 2 look almost new. They're just different style of tires than the other 2 we got, but they were really trying to work us into buying 4. And we just went with the 2. And honestly, we got the car back yesterday. I don't notice a difference.
All right. So, and they did all the whole alignment and everything.
I don't even know if we did the alignment.
Because I feel like my car must be jacked up to have one tire bald and the other one's fine. Like, what curb did I hit?
Your crazy ass ran over something or someone.
And Mags also borrows this car because she likes drive. You know, she's got a Mazda, but she would prefer to drive the BMW. What teenager wouldn't? So she'll take my car sometimes with her and her friends. I'm sure she is curbing it up.
Oh, you got to realize teenage miles are different than adult miles. You know that.
You're right.
It's double the miles.
Damn, she gave me a bald ass tire.
It's a mile, but it's a hard mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing today. I'm so excited to spend a bunch of money on tires.
Oh,
so grown up.
I feel you on adults. I just got a bill from my gas. I thought it was part of the
FPL.
the every month bill you get for when you pay your gas bill for all that stuff, and then there's this extra fee. When they come over there, they put extra gas in your tank, but they don't tell you about it, and it just shows up in your bill. Like, what is this $150 bill? Oh, adult stuff.
Adult stuff sucks.
It does, man.
Yeah, not fun. Well, you know, in South Florida, we got casinos all over the place. They're talking about expanding casinos, how big gambling is. I'm not a big gambler, never have. But if you were, where would you start and what should you stay away from? Because ultimately, you don't want to go in there and lose all your money, right? You'd like to play the games and make some money.
I think you have to learn how to play the games. That's my mistake. I always go in there drunk and try to figure it out.
Yeah, that's a tough way to go.
Not good.
Yeah, but there are certain games that you can play that give you better odds to win.
Yeah.
And a statistician says that the casino game you should absolutely steer clear of is the video lottery terminal. That's the one that has the Keno or the slot games on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard this is not a good one to play.
Yeah, he said that is the worst odds. They only give you a 5 to 15% edge to the house. So you don't have great odds of winning, and it's always you versus the house, and the house wins a majority of the time. That's why they have that huge guitar that is coming out of the ground in Hollywood.
So you paid for that guitar.
Yeah, losers paid for that guitar. If they were paying out more, they're not. They wouldn't even have a real guitar just standing on the ground.
They should call it loser guitar.
So is that basically the house saying we're sort of cheating in a way because the house always pretty much wins? Are they doing something
No, it's just the way gambling goes. That's just it. The odds are forever in their favor. That's just what gambling is all about. But you go in there and you are the David taking on the Goliath anytime you walk into the Hard Rock. And you're like, okay, I'm the little guy. Let me see if I can somehow walk away with some money.
And there are legit cases of a David winning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Sure.
there are some. And
all the time.
And not all Davids are created equal. You know, some of them are really good with that slingshot, and some of them,
Some of them walk up, put 10 grand on black and hit and walk away.
But you have to put 10 grand on something to win pretty darn big. The average person that doesn't have that much money, they can't go in there and come out with a ton of cash, can they?
Well, you would have to go with great odds. So if you have a little bit of money, you'd have to go for a long shot to win, and you'd have to get lucky. Or the more you bet, the more you could win.
Yeah, but anybody can get
odds.
lucky. I've seen drunkards that can barely hold one eye open walk up to the table and just hit hard.
And the roulette is one of those. You don't have to have any kind of skill level or knowledge. It really is. A lot of times it is just luck.
That's why it's my favorite, because you can be wasted, and still play roulette.
Right. I would go in there. Yeah, I'm hammered. All I have to know is black or red.
Right.
You could just lay that down.
The first time I was 16 years old and at the dog track, and the first bet I ever placed, I didn't know what I was doing, and I won a quinella, and I won all this money, and my friends and I could not believe it. The first time.
That's what happens. Yeah, you'll get hooked. Somebody will hit. It's kind of like in golf. You keep swearing you're going to quit, and then you have an amazing shot that looks like you're on the PGA Tour, and then you're back in. So if you want to go into the Hard Rock and you want to make some money, they say craps gives you the best chance of winning, 49.29%, according to the statistician.
But craps looks so complicated and layered and hard. I mean, roulette, it's a ball, it's a wheel.
It is. It's
Let's
easier.
go.
Yeah.
But craps looks like I would have to sit and study it.
I'm a poker man.
You are? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that takes a little bit of knowledge and skill.
Poker is so much fun.
Yeah, it is.
Mind games are involved.
Oh, yeah.
You can be a character if you want to mess with the people playing. I could be British. It would annoy you the entire round, but I'm in your head.
It's annoying me now.
There you go. It's very effective.
In your head, dog.
You could not keep up a British thing if you were drunk.
Ask Dennys right now. Ask him. Bring him in here.
Dennys!
7 hours. I was in a character. 7 hours, dog.
7 hours you were
Yes.
British?
Was there one person that actually thought you were British?
No, everyone knew I was fake.
Yeah.
But that was the strategy. They knew. Like, what is this guy doing?
Why is he so crazy?
Why is he doing such a bad British accent? Okay, that's good to know. Well, if you've seen some of the videos that Jaybird has posted on the KVJ Show social media sites, Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, you've seen his house has got his unique taste and flavorings to it. You would know definitely it's Jaybird's house by the decor that's around. A lot of Bigfoot, alien. He's got a pizza kitchen he's been showing off. It's a kitchen with a bunch of pizza regalia all around it.
It's a niche market. They're pizza figures.
Okay.
They're pizza with faces, Virginia.
Okay.
Not a lot out there, Kev.
Does that make you feel guilty when you then eat pizza thinking that it is got feelings and a face? And
No, but gummy bears, yes. As a kid, I go, damn, I'm eating these gummy bears. I'm eating its head off. That I would have that.
But you
not
take
with-
the head off first thinking that you killed it? It's not going to feel any more pain?
Oh man, I'm eating this gummy bear's leg.
Yeah, I can feel that. Got to take the head off first. Okay, so how many does Jaybird have of all of these unique items? If you've seen his pizza kitchen, what would you say, Virginia? Is the number over or under 20 pizza figurines from what you've seen in the video?
I mean, I would say over. I haven't seen the video, but I've seen the man, and he is an abundant dude.
He is an abundant dude. Yeah.
He don't buy small numbers. He's a bulk man.
You would think I'd always be at Costco. Don't even have a card. You're right. I gotta get.
No, you prefer to buy in bulk at Publix, so you overpay.
I love Publix.
Yeah.
We love
Shopping.
Publix, but damn, it's expensive.
And I think Publix loves me too. We have a good
Oh, they
relationship.
see you coming. They're like, sweet.
Yeah. 20 is the number. It is definitely over. 32 is the correct number there, Virginia.
That's our boy.
Yeah,
what I do.
32 is what he would have. What do you think about shirts with food on them? I don't mean that he
Stains?
spilled food. Yeah,
All of them.
This is actually just shirts.
Oh gosh,
All
man, the
of them.
Kahlua is kicking in.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
got zingers left and
Early.
right.
Oh, yeah. He's ready.
Have you watched him eat?
These are these shirts with actual pictures of food.
It's like when you watch the panda eat bamboo. It's just flying everywhere.
Out of here.
I'm going to put the number at 30. Is it
30.
over or under 30? What do you think?
I'm going to say it's over.
You're going to go with over.
Oh.
No.
I'm a little embarrassed.
Yeah, that one is under 26.
Step it up, Pennington.
I had more. I don't know. Sometimes shirts just get kidnapped. I don't know. It's weird.
Kidnapped?
Or stolen. Yeah, the wrong word.
Oh, okay.
People steal your shirts with stains on them.
You don't get the bit. It's food, the item.
I do get the bit. I'm just riding you like a pony.
Giddy up. It's going to be a long Thursday. Okay, what about alien lawn ornaments? I'll put the number at 5. Do you think the actual retail number is over or under that, Virginia, of how many Jaybird has at his place?
Alien lawn ornaments. Okay, he does have a lot of lawn decor.
Mm-hmm.
I saw monkeys. I saw gorillas. I did see some alien stuff. I'm going to say over.
You're going to go with over.
No.
It's under. He only has 4 alien lawn ornaments.
Wow.
I know. Yeah. I do need to step up my game on that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Only 4 there. Okay, what about Bigfoot pillows? How many does he actually have? I'll put the over-under at 4. Do you think the actual number is over or under 4 Bigfoot pillows, Virginia?
Are you counting the Bigfoot pillow with Chewy's face? Where it's Bigfoot's body and Chewy's face? I'm going to go over.
Does that one count, Jaybird?
No.
Doesn't count. Okay, so you're going to go over 4?
Yes.
That is correct, yes. He's got 5 Bigfoot pillows.
Wow.
I need to get a few more.
Yeah, you do.
Kind of even that out.
What about pictures of Mr. Miyagi in frames? Does he have over or under 5 of those in his house, Virginia? Pictures of Mr. Miyagi in frames.
I hope he has under 5. That's a lot of Miyagi. It's like Miyagi's my dad.
It is, yeah. Okay.
How many pictures of Randy Pennington do you have?
I have a lot. I do. I have a lot.
Okay. So you think the number is under 5?
It should be under. You're not related to Miyagi.
Oh, Virginia, no. He's got 6 of those.
I have a project I'm working on. I'm doing a whole Karate Kid wall.
Oh, you are? Okay, a wall.
A
huh?
wall.
Okay.
It deserves a wall.
I love these projects you have in your life. Do you have a list of all your projects?
I do.
Okay, that'd be nice.
Don't get me started on my Ewok diorama. Because I could go on.
One of your projects needs to be therapy.
Okay, what about fake severed hands? Does he have over or under 5 in his house?
Fake severed
Fake
hands.
severed hands. The number's at 5.
Now, from all the horror movies, I know you do have quite the collection of severed limbs.
Mm-hmm, he does.
Over 5. Gosh, I'm going to go under.
You're going to go under on that? No.
Damn it.
He's got 7 fake severed hands at his house.
4 KVJ horror movies. We got a lot of severed limbs.
Yeah.
Well, thank goodness you're displaying them.
They're not that cheap either, by the way.
And what about guitars? Does he have over or under 10 guitars in his house, Virginia?
He's very musical, this one.
Oh, yeah, he is. Sasquatch Recordings, based in his house.
I'm going to say over.
You're going to say he has over 10? He's got under on that, 8.
You don't know me that well, dog.
Yeah.
You haven't been
I
over.
don't.
You didn't do that great on this.
I haven't been over in a minute.
Yeah, why haven't you been over? What's going on?
You stopped inviting me.
Great idea.
Remember last time I was there?
Well, I would say I stopped inviting you. The last time was pretty awful. Yeah, I guess you're right. I did stop inviting her. You're right. I got my answer.
Yeah, okay. There you go. All right, coming up here in a couple of minutes, not only is the Honda Classic kicking off today, but so is the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. I'm sure you're aware of this event, Virginia.
I am. It kicks off tonight, and there's actually my favorite restaurant, Evo, up in Tequesta. Chef Eric got invited to be a part of their Italian festival.
Oh, that's great.
And I can't swing it because I'm leaving tomorrow for Mardi Gras.
Oh, okay.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
Mama's got to cut back somewhere. I got to buy
Yeah.
tires.
Okay. All right. It's got to go somewhere.
That's not going to be the last time we hear about those tires, by the way. Just so you know.
Frickin' tires.
You think probably once every 15
You're
minutes?
going to hear about the tires. And I'm talking to you, Kevin, and the audience.
Yeah.
I can't believe how expensive tires are.
Yeah, Virginia, welcome to the world, man. This is crazy, right?
Ridiculous.
And then wait till you see the price of gas, Virginia.
Oh, my gosh, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Oh, my gosh. I just stay home. I can't get around. I can't afford it.
Adulting sucks.
It's terrible. I'll tell you, this is going to be one of the best weekends of the entire year here in South Florida. There is so much stuff going on. It's just going to break your brain with all the options that you have. The Honda Classic is kicking off today, for instance. You've got Lakewood Street Painting Festival.
Oh, wow.
That is going on this weekend. Yeah, when I send out and we post all the events going on this weekend, you'd be like, oh my gosh.
And that's the great thing about that little weekly rundown that Kevin sends out. He's done all the research for you, so you don't have to scour the websites to figure out what's going on. Kevin already did it.
You're not going to miss any great event. Yeah, it's easy. It's just easy fishing to find out what the best options are on things to do. You can get it at kvjshow.com. Go up there, sign up for our e-blast while you're there. Just put in your email address and we'll start sending it to you every single week so you don't have to think about it.
Are people signing up for that e-blast?
Yeah, they are.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that because you get a lot of good stuff on that.
Yeah,
thing.
there is. You're always going to get a lot of stuff maybe you missed on the show or some videos from social media. Be like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was part of what's going on. So if you want a nice little rundown every single week delivered into your inbox on Fridays, go to kvjshow.com and sign up for it. The South Beach Wine and Food Festival is going off today. It starts. And there's so many great events. Now, a lot of these you do have to have a ticket to get in. But, you know, if you find the right event, you may be like, hey, it's kind of almost like going to a concert. Like, you know, this is worth it because I love that food and I love this celebrity.
And you don't necessarily have to go to all the little events. If you go to the Grand Tasting Village, it's huge. It's set up on the beach. You can walk through that thing and get such a fun experience. Most of the dinners and the good stuff and like the Adam Levine parties and your major talent parties, I was just looking, a lot of those are sold out. But just going to the Grand Tasting Village and walking up and down and sampling everything, it's all you can eat, all you can drink.
Yeah.
It's super fun.
That's great advice, absolutely. Trying to navigate these events and get in. And like you'd said, yeah, you've got all kinds of celebrities doing stuff. The Adam Levine event is tonight. It's the Tequila Sunset Happy Hour that's going on at One Hotel South Beach.
There's a happy hour, then there's a dinner after that. The dinner has been sold out for a while, but the happy hour just recently sold out.
But you're saying there's other smaller parties, like maybe an Andy Levine instead of an Adam Levine.
Right.
Some dude that just lives down there and he's just sort of well known locally.
That one's a lot more affordable, much less demand.
Neil Patrick Harris is back. You know, Trisha Yearwood is back.
Right.
All the major cooking celebrities that do these are back, so it's cool.
Tonight you've also got Guy Fieri. He's doing diners, drive-ins, and dives. Going to be at the North Venue Beachside at the Delano.
That one's not sold out.
People love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He is not sold out, but your cheapest ticket is $175, though.
Yeah.
What does that get you exactly? That gets you...
You get to go to his party that he is hosting, and you get all you can eat, all you can drink at the Delano. But, you know, I mean, how much can you drink and eat between 7 and 10?
Well, have you ever been to an all-you-can-eat drink, but there's a lot of things going on to where it's not really all you can eat because there's such a line, there's a waiting process.
Yeah, so the Delano is only so big.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know exactly where they have it laid out, but I always would recommend the Grand Tasting Village because that is the coolest part of all of it, I think.
Looking ahead into the weekend, tomorrow you got a tequila dinner with Eva Longoria. That sounds like that would be fun. That would be one. That's going to be at the Perez Art Museum in Miami.
And what is that? She sits at a table with a bunch of people and just you talk about stuff?
No idea, but it sounds fetching.
Yeah, what they'll do is they'll get up there and they'll speak, and then you guys eat, and she talks and maybe describes dishes if she had a hand in preparing or creating.
Over, under, probably 50 people in there.
Over.
Okay.
Oh, definitely over.
Tomorrow, Rachel Ray and Jose Andres are doing a burger bash at the Ritz-Carlton South Beach.
That one is always well attended.
I can imagine. Saturday, Dwayne Wade is doing an event. It's called Food Venture. It's going to be at the Citizens Miami Central Culinary Market. So if you want to see D. Wade back in Wade County, he's going to be there. Pharrell Williams has got his Family Kitchen Soul Food Brunch at Swan on Saturday. Guy Fieri's back on Saturday night with a late-night Gold Belly party with Reverend Run at the Lowe's Miami Beach Hotel.
Oh, isn't that Gold Belly that website we like where you can order stuff from everywhere?
And it's like so expensive.
But
you better bring your credit card to Gold Belly.
I can get a Chicago-style pizza here, though, in a day or two if I want it.
Mm-hmm. And then on Sunday, you got the Drag Brunch with Neil Patrick Harris. That's going to be at the North Beach Band Shell. And then Kate Hudson is doing soulful yoga at Nikki Beach, Miami Beach.
Is there food with that?
I think it's just yoga.
No food?
They may have something light, but yeah.
They do events for kids too, and a lot of those still aren't sold out. But the drag brunch is not sold out. I'm looking right now. Neil Patrick Harris is going to be there.
Yeah.
$200. That's a good deal. That could be super fun.
Because if that Kate Hudson thing does have food, what are you going to eat a bunch of food and then do yoga? I don't know if that feels good.
No, it's not a good combo.
Hopefully it's beans.
Oof. Yeah.
Farty yoga.
Okay, talking a little bit about the South Beach Wine and Food Festival that is kicking off today and going through the entire weekend here in South Florida. So many great events. Gave you the rundown on that. Also be posting up on our website if you missed it at kvjshow.com and our social media so you can see everything that's going to be going on. So talking food here, tell me which is better. If you had these two options, which one would you go with? Bakery or deli? Which one is better?
Oh my gosh. This is the equivalent of what child would you save?
Sophie's Choice.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This is extremely tough.
Keto Kev goes deli because you can get
Totally.
you can get the chicken wings there, which I absolutely love, and that hands down blows the bakery away.
I mean, the deli's got all the meats, all the cheeses.
Pub subs.
You can do a
breads.
salad. You can do
I think if we did this as a poll, I think deli would crush bakery.
Yeah.
I am my mother's son, and she
We know.
loves sweets.
You're a man of cake.
I am a man of cake, pies, pound cake.
Custards.
Custards. You know I love a custard.
If only they had a custard cake pie.
I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it's out there, and I want it. I'm going to go deli because you guys talked me into it.
Okay.
But I am
It's the wise choice.
torn.
I mean, the deli's got the mac and cheese.
I hear ya.
The
Yeah.
deli's got all those warm side dishes.
But aren't the rules is if you pick deli, you can never go to the bakery ever again?
Right, and I'm fine with that because I never go to the bakery.
But the deli has stuff from the bakery. The bakery doesn't have stuff from the deli.
I hear it. You guys.
The deli's got the bread.
You want me over?
5 different breads, Jay Bird.
Okay, which is better, Subway or Jimmy John's? You're a
I'm
sub
going
person.
Subway.
I'm going Subway as well.
Subway is a very controversial. When me and Virginia talk about how we like Subway, I love that sweet onion sauce they have. They have great cookies.
I love their Philly steak and cheese. I know it's generic, but it's good.
I like their cheese bread.
Okay.
The one thing I will say great about Jimmy John's, they are amazing at getting your sub there on.
Freaky fast delivery.
Freaky fast.
Yeah.
The best in the game when it comes to getting your food there on time.
So if you're hungry, or maybe go with Jimmy John's, you'll get it sooner.
That's a good debate right there. I like that.
All right. Which one is better here? Checkers or Wendy's fries? Who has the better fries?
Oh, Wendy's.
They do. Okay, I know they just recently improved them, didn't they? I thought they had done a whole campaign about how they have better fries now.
I like Wendy's fries better than Checkers. Checkers, sometimes it's a little greasy for me. I like grease, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're a man of grease.
I am. Yeah, no.
You're a man of the bakery and you're a man of grease.
What's the better sauce, Big Mac sauce or Chick-fil-A sauce?
Big Mac sauce.
Is it okay?
Oh, and they've yet to put it in the store. They have Chick-fil-A sauce available in the grocery store.
That sounds great.
Their Polynesian and Chick-fil-A is available in the stores, but the Big Mac sauce, where are you?
I'm going Chick-fil-A on that one.
You're quiet over there.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. They're both great, but
Sophie's Choice, Virginia.
I might edge it slightly to Big Mac.
Who's got the better breakfast, McDonald's or Chick-fil-A? Which one's better?
McDonald's has more diversity on their breakfast menu. I mean, if you're just not in a chicken Minnie's mood.
Virginia's bringing up some great points. I'm going with the clown. McDonald's.
The McGriddle might be my favorite breakfast thing ever created.
We're old school, though, when it comes to breakfast, me and Virginia.
Okay.
And we're old.
Now tell me that.
Yeah.
I'm older than all of you.
You're right there with us.
Yeah. Ahead of you. Food court or food truck? Which is better?
I thought about this deep and hard during commercial break.
All right.
And it's food court, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
There's more options at the food court. When I walk into a food court, there's 8 to 10 restaurants that I could go to. The food trucks, sometimes they'll have maybe 1 or 2 items you love, and then it's, I don't know, some weird stuff.
You've clearly never gone to a food truck village.
Well, that's different. A food truck village, you're comparing the food court to a food truck singular.
Food truck village.
A food truck village is different than a food truck.
You have to compare them as they both are bringing several establishments to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, then
that's only fair.
That's a different question. I go food trucks.
Yeah, food truck is better cuisine.
You have more gourmet. You have more exciting options. The food court is a little bit predictable. You know what you're going to get. It's a little more generic. At least with food truck, the creativity, the je ne sais quoi.
I understand the stipulations with that question. If there was food trucks, plural, I'm all in on food trucks.
Okay. Yeah, I think to be fair, you got to compare it that way.
Yes.
And if that's the case, then it's a slam dunk for the food truck.
Don't get me wrong. I love a food court. Love it.
We know you love Sbarro.
I do love Sbarro. I do. I know. I'm a terrible Italian. I get it.
And on the food tip, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a viral hack on TikTok that has videos of people eating mashed potatoes made out of potato chips.
Oh, I saw this, Virginia, and I thought, what a fun project for the witch and our palates.
Oh, yeah, I could do that easy.
Potato chip mashed potatoes. I like the sound of that.
So do you just take the mashed potatoes, maybe get them wet, mash them up, and then kind of reheat them?
I've seen people do this on TikTok. They'll take bags of chips and basically the same kind of thing. I bet that would be good.
Yeah, it's going to be salty.
I know. It's going to be terrible for you. Oh, and I have a ton of chips right now.
I bet you do.
How do we make mashed potatoes less healthy?
You're right.
Congratulations. You discovered it.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away. Cause you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like Helena Hutchinson's husband is upset with Alec Baldwin for not taking responsibility. You know, on the set of Rust, the gun that shot his wife was being held by Alec, and Alec has maintained that he never pulled the trigger. So here is Helena Hutchinson's husband.
Watching him, I just felt so angry. I was just so angry to see him talk about her death so publicly in such a detailed way, and then to not accept any responsibility after having just described killing her. The idea that the person holding the gun, causing it to discharge, is not responsible is absurd to me.
Whoa.
I think this is all just what has to be done legally. I think his lawyers probably told him, do not accept any responsibility whatsoever. Even though you were holding the gun, do not ever say you shot her. And then his attorneys are going to be telling him exactly what he's saying. Go after Alec. Go after the production company. Go after the movie studio. Because you have to go after whoever has the money to sue them. This is all just what is going to play out legally. Positioning legally to do the best for your argument. I mean, unfortunately, it's very sad because a woman lost her life and a son lost his mother, but I think all of this is just legal jockeying.
Okay.
Objection. I think you did a great job on that story.
And why are you objecting?
I don't know.
Objection would be if you're mad at me or
Well,
think I did it wrong.
I don't think we have to analyze everything. Let's just have some fun. All right, next story.
I object to you objecting.
I was trying to be supportive of the dirt. Never mind. I'm out.
Yeah.
This made me happy. Ben Stiller and his wife Christine Taylor separated back in May of 2017 after 17 years of marriage. I guess they decided, they wanted to go live their separate ways, but they always said they would be friends. And then when the pandemic hit, they decided to move back in together for their kids. And then they decided they wanted to get back together. I guess they're back together as a married couple.
That's cool.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they got all that time together and they realized they liked each other again.
Sometimes that happens.
They were a good couple. They were one of those celebrity couples I was kind of stunned when they decided to split. So,
right?
Yeah, I'm glad they're back together.
And finally here, we've all been saying Lindsay Lohan's name wrong.
Prepare. By the way, this story has been out for 2 days. The audio is all over the radio. It's 7 seconds long, so just bear with it.
Okay, all right.
Hey everyone, it's Lindsay Lohan, and guess what? Now I'm on TikTok.
Oh, that's the wrong clip. Dang it. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's Lohan. She says it Lohan. That's what the story is.
So it's Lohan, not Lohan.
It's Lohan, not Lohan.
Huh.
That's where we've come.
Hey everyone, it's Lindsay Lohan, and guess what?
Lindsay Lohan.
And all these publications were, y'all are not going to believe it, but we've been saying Lindsay Lohan's name wrong. How do these stories get out there?
It's ridiculous.
Isn't it ridiculous? I put that audio in there just to show how ridiculous that is, because that story's been everywhere.
I think I have to end the dirt. Lindsay Lohan killed it.
I did it.
That's what's going on,
odd,
Kevin.
I could swear her dad pronounces his name Lohan.
It's such an annoying...
Yeah.
I know. I get it.
I did see this interesting tweet last night, though. It was celebrities who have squandered fortunes. Lindsay Lohan earned about $28 million in her career, and today she's worth $800,000.
Damn.
You wonder why she did that Super Bowl commercial?
Damn.
I wonder what she got for that. If you had to guess, what do you think she got?
6 figures, but not 7.
6 figures, you think?
Yeah, she got it in the multiple hundreds of thousands.
Wow.
For that.
I mean, what a gig.
Yeah, no, it was a great move for her. And it looked good. I thought it was a good ad, and it put her in a good light.
Until you think about how much money you've blown.
But you can't do anything about that now.
Right.
And
you're right.
She's had a pretty good life. I mean, living in Mykonos and doing everything she's done. She's found her way.
And let's not, oh, poor Lindsay Lohan, after...
Lohan?
Whatever, however she's saying it this week. $100,000 for a commercial, whatever the 6 figures is pretty dang good.
Yeah. She can feel a little bit better because she's not the worst. Mike Tyson, he made almost $700 million in his career, and today he's worth about $3.
How is he only worth 3? Even modern day Mike Tyson's out of celebrity.
He's squandered $697 million.
Dang.
That's kind of stunning, isn't it?
Stunning.
$697 million. And then Dennis Rodman, I saw in the same tweet, he made over $27 million, and today he's worth about $500,000.
I'm surprised your boy Nicolas Cage isn't on that list, because I thought at one point he was selling off his dinosaur bones.
He was.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he is, and it was only a tweet, so it was limited how much text you could have. I was going to do a little bit of a deeper dive on it. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow.
Yeah.
But since you were talking about Lindsay Lohan, I thought I would bring it up.
That's what's going on in your dirt.
Okay, well, another boxer who hopefully is not going to squander all of his money, Floyd Mayweather Jr., who I believe has made a lot more money than Mike Tyson. He is turning 45 years old today.
Yeah, what is his net worth? I'm looking it up.
It is $560 million. That's what it says on the first take here.
When you have that kind of money, you can buy a few dinosaur bones.
Yes.
Yeah, so he has not made as much as Mike Tyson. So Mike Tyson had $700 million, and he is at $450 million.
But Floyd Mayweather's earned more than $1.1 billion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Career earnings. Yeah. So he would be higher than Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was $700 million, so he's $1.1 billion. I thought so. But yeah, they just have his net worth at $450 million. So, I mean, you look at him and he's parted with over $600 million.
He spent a lot too.
That's incredible.
More money, more problems.
Dang.
I so disagree with that statement.
I mean, if you're not good with money and you have none,
Yeah.
I think when you get some, you're still not good with money.
Well, I think what it is, the more money you have, the easier it is to lose it. Like, for instance, you look at what's happened with an Elon Musk, where one day on the stock market, or his value plummets $3 billion. So when you have extreme wealth, it can fluctuate wildly.
But if you're somebody that has $40 million in the bank and you have a somewhat humbled personality to where you're not going too crazy with the dinosaur bones, There ain't no problems. You're crushing the game.
You're doing all right, I would think.
Oh yeah.
But you look at some of these celebrities that have gotten down to nothing, where
But they can't help the fact that they have to buy the dinosaur bones. They gotta buy the biggest house and the biggest boat.
It seems like in the moment they keep buying cars and things and like going, I'm still worth that? Okay, well let's buy something else. I'm still worth that? Let's buy something else. And then next thing they know, they haven't really been working that much and making the kind of money that they had, but they're spending at that rate
If
still.
they could keep it together and not buy said dinosaur bones, $40 million could without a doubt last you.
People that are smart, I've heard of some guys that even now go into the NFL and they still drive the same car they're driving in college.
That's what I'm saying.
They buy a modest home and they say, I realize even though I'm making tens of millions in the NFL, this money could easily go. So I'm living at the same means I had and I'm putting it away. I'm investing because, you have a bad investment too. You could lose almost everything with a bad investment.
Totally.
You had a story about, I forget who it was, but he was paying someone to do all of his lawn stuff, and then he ended up doing the lawn himself. He had a lot of money and he had a big estate. He was spending so much per year.
Yeah, it was Rick Ross.
Yeah.
In Atlanta. Yeah, he started mowing his own grass.
Saving so much money. If you do stuff like that,
He's like, I got time and I enjoy this.
Yeah. Yeah. Why mess around? So there you go. Other celebrities we got today. Shelby, happy birthday. Love Uncle Scott, Aunt Kathleen, Buddy Tyler, Lyric, and Finn. Also, Alexia, happy birthday from your husband, German, and son, Leonardo. And our fur babies, King, Kilo, and Luna. Also, happy birthday to Megs. That is from the Pickle Squad.
Pickle Squad!
Kaylin, happy 6th birthday from Mommy, Daddy, and your brothers Dalton, Andrew, Parker, and Grant. I got a great photo of her there on KVJ TV, looking all happy.
Aww.
Also, a shout out to my baby boy and partner Denzel. Love you so much. It'd mean a lot if you could wish him a happy birthday. He's turning 26.
Happy birthday!
There's the photo on KVJ TV. Also, Shane, happy 12th birthday from Mommy and Daddy. Also, we want to do a birthday to Shelby Rose from Mommy, Daddy, and Cooper the Pooper.
Aww.
Got a photo there on KVJ.
Hopefully that's your pet and not your brother. Oh, it's your brother.
That is a pretty dang adorable
Cooper
picture
the
right there.
Pooper.
Look at that picture.
Yep.
So cute.
Cooper the Pooper. I wonder how many women go through this same frustrating problem that this wife is emailing us about. Maybe you can relate, ladies. I don't know. Maybe she just needs to get it together. And I think that's what she's trying to figure out. She said, my husband won't stop groping me. Help. And her email says, my husband and I are in our early 30s. We've been married for 5 years and we have an 18-month-old daughter together. We take time away from our daughter to spend with each other. Our communication is good and we have sex regularly once or so a week. Most days, I feel pretty lucky to have the life I do. But my husband keeps doing something that is wearing on me, and no matter how much I ask, he won't stop. He's constantly groping me. It's either grabbing, smacking, pinching, kissing, or humping. I could be cooking, cleaning, exercising, shopping, watching TV, or even changing our daughter. He will just start feeling me up out of nowhere. It basically feels like he's holding me hostage, and I get claustrophobic. I realize this sounds like a very small thing, and I should be so lucky that my husband worships me and my body, but I don't see it that way. My personal space is constantly being violated, and I feel like an object and not a person. It's not like he's doing these things in some romantic attempt to be sweet. It borders animalistic. He's aggressive when he does it, and I find it so irritating. Making dinner each night, I just expect a good groping. I tell him to stop, and I don't like it, and he thinks I'm just being moody. He'll then try to make me feel guilty and jokes, well, I just wish my wife loved me. I've sat him down. I've told him that I really am bothered by his behavior. I've even read blogs. I've done research to support and validate my feelings. He agreed to cool it, but he never really does. Am I crazy for feeling this way, and how do I get him to knock it off?
Yeah, it's called divorce. You guys are set way differently. If you've already sat him down.
It sounds like he's Neanderthal in his approach, and it sounds like you want more romance in an approach. You're just not speaking the same love language.
Has he always been like this, or is this different?
Sounds like it's something that he's done for a while.
But
And
it's just working on her last nerve.
Yeah.
And she's like, all right already.
Well, if you tell somebody something's seriously bothering you and they continue to do it and nothing's working,
Yeah.
To me, that's your answer.
You need to sit him down and say, hey, I'm taking you to couples therapy because
Yeah.
I've explained to you that I don't like how you treat me physically. You're not hearing me. So now I have to bring in a professional and we have to pay somebody to try to get through to you. The next step is I've got to go because you make me feel terrible when you do this to me.
My whole thing is they just are set at different. They're just not.
He's a Neanderthal.
They're not on the same page
Yeah.
with anything.
Maybe he needs somebody else to break it down for him and say, your wife does not like to be treated like a piece of meat.
Yeah.
Anytime you tell somebody, hey, I don't like to be touched that way, I don't care what the situation
Yeah.
is, and they continue to do it.
Yeah.
And then make you feel guilty just for trying to say that you don't like to be goosed and physically accosted.
Well, if there's a balance here, the people want to be desired, and yeah, every now and then while you're cooking, getting a little moody with the hand, getting a little handsy is cool, but every single time it's over.
It's
the
his
top.
approach.
Yeah.
If he would be romantic and sweet about it and loving, I think that he would get a totally different response from her. But he's being a Neanderthal, and she's over
He's
it.
doing it all wrong.
This text message says, I could have written this, except we've been married 12 years and have 2 older kids. Our love languages are very different, and men do not understand that it's annoying and not cute. I've learned to just ignore it, LOL, because my husband gets his feelings hurt when I sit him down. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm supposed to like this?
This, by the way, this happens on both ends. This is not just it happens to women. Women can grope men too, and it can be way
Totally.
too much. It absolutely happens.
Maybe when you're out like at Target, what you should do is just grab his package and twist it and make really loud comments.
because that's what you want to do. You want to get involved in that game.
Now, this text says, this chick is crazy. He loves her, and he's showing the only way he knows how.
I don't agree with that.
That's not a viable excuse.
And that sounds like it's written
No.
by a man, and it sounds like there are maybe a lot of men that don't get it, and there are a lot of women that are saying, I don't like this. And there may be a lot of couples that really need to have this conversation, and guys need to realize that maybe your woman doesn't see it as you find her attractive, that you're always groping her. She finds it irritating and annoying, and she doesn't feel like a woman. She feels like a sexual object.
And she's not going to warm up to this. It's not going to be something that, she's going to understand what you're trying to get across, that you love her. No, you're irritating her and you're making your relationship a hot mess.
I know this is. I'm not trying to turn this into a gender war here, but I know it just sounds like there's a lecture to men. It's just men doing this, and it's not. I'm telling you, it's just not.
All right. Well, in this case, he needs to be spoken to by somebody else besides her because he's not listening to her and she's telling him.
Yeah.
She's sitting him down. Like, dude, you're not doing this right.
It doesn't matter if it's a guy, girl, whatever the situation is. As soon as someone says, I don't like being touched that much, and you continue to do it.
Somebody texted in and said, it's called being touched out. It's very common for moms to experience, especially after having a child, and especially if they're nursing the baby. So this is not something that is apparently that rare.
He's aggressive, and not everybody wants to be handled aggressively like that.
I mean, it's pretty simple. You sit down with your mate, don't touch me that way. If they continue to do that, you got to leave if you're not happy with it.
Yeah, he needs to
that's
know
it.
that the next steps are you getting away from him because you're at the point of breaking.
That goes with anything, though. If you talk to somebody and things don't change, my advice would always be don't stay in that situation.
One suggestion is to try to slow him down, show him how to be more romantic and say, I'm so thrilled that you are into me and you're trying to show me affection. Here's a better way to do it than smacking my behind while I'm cooking. Maybe try this instead. I will appreciate this, that I don't. Maybe he just needs to see the ropes and understand.
Well, it's always weird if you tell somebody something's bothering you and there's not an adjustment made.
Panda smacked me one time really hard on the butt, and he was being playful. I grabbed a kitchen knife, and I made it really clear that I didn't like that.
Okay.
And that is not an untrue story.
Okay.
Well, first of all, no one doubted it.
I just don't like that. It's aggressive, and men are they're more animalistic. They're more machismo. They're more whatever you want to say it than we are. I'm just more tender. I like a tender approach. And if you come at me and you hurt me, I'm going to try to match that hurt and then multiply it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and pretty much everybody's saying that what the husband is doing is wrong. That an attorney who's actually heading to a domestic filing right now said, yeah, I've never heard of touched out, but this would fall under domestic violence at some certain point. So, yeah, so be aware that this is something that not all couples like. And you got to listen to your partner. If they're telling you that they don't like something, then stop doing it.
Anything they tell you, stop doing. Don't be so bullheaded to think that, oh, this is my way of showing love.
Well, it's involving someone's personal space in any situation, married or not. If someone's touching you and you don't like that, that's your basic right.
Any other comments? 877-979-WRMF. You can always text them in to us. So Disney let her know her husband was cheating on her. It's so nice of Disney. They do everything great, don't they? It was the Disney app. She gets an alert saying, you got new photos. She's like, how can I have new photos? I haven't been to Disney in a while. But she opens up the app, sees the photos. Oh, wait, there's my husband with another woman. He's supposed to be in Oklahoma right now doing a job. He was not. That's how Disney lets you know that your husband's cheating on you.
He told her he was in Oklahoma. That's where the trip was supposed to be.
So we got the email we read to you on Friday, and she was considering getting somebody to watch their 3 kids as she went to confront her husband with his side action at the park in Orlando. And apparently the app will continue to update you when you make purchases and reservations and things like that. So I guess you could actually kind of track somebody down even in that large park.
Huh.
Yeah. So we were waiting for an update. I had emailed her a couple of times saying, hey, just want to see if anything had happened. I didn't want to push her. I realized she was probably going through a lot, but I'd sent 2 different emails to her. Didn't hear anything this whole week. And then this morning, I checked my inbox, and I got this email, and it says, sorry I didn't give you an update, but it's been crazy the last few days. She goes on to write in the email, while Virginia probably gave good advice in not going to Disney, 2 days of picture notifications brought out the Scorpio in me.
Uh-oh.
What does that mean? That
it's her astrological sign.
Okay, and a Scorpio is a...
Just imagine like a scorpion.
It's when people say when they're all upset, you're not going to want to see the Taurus come out.
Oh, okay. All right, so her...
Scorpios don't play.
So apparently she was trying to just ignore it, but then the notifications kept going off, and she was seeing him living his best life with the side piece, and she just couldn't take it anymore.
It sent her day 2 of pictures after day 1.
Yeah, 2 days of picture notifications.
Oh.
She said, I changed the locks, left a packed bag for him on the porch, and then I headed for Orlando. I wandered the park for about an hour before I got a ride picture that let me know what general area they were in. Well, I found them after about 15 minutes sitting at a table enjoying some drinks. So I took the opportunity to sit down, and I asked, so, how's Oklahoma? His jaw hits the floor. And she says to me, sorry, this table is taken. And I told her, well, so is he. Then he stands up looking like he's about to cry and tells her that they are done and not to ever call him again. And then my husband storms off. Now I'm sitting at a table with this girl bawling her eyes out. It turns out that she's a naive 21-year-old who thought that this older guy was into her and had absolutely no idea about his family.
Oh.
She swore nothing happened between them, and honestly, she looked heartbroken. As much as I wanted to hate her, I felt bad for her. I offered the ugly duckling a ride home.
Oh, boy.
But before we left, we went on his favorite ride together, so he would get a notification from the app and have to see the picture. Poetic justice. He has since begged for forgiveness and agreed to marriage counseling. We are by no means, quote, back to good, but are going to take it one day at a time. How do you feel about how she handled it, Virginia? Still feel like it was a mistake to go to Orlando, or did she get some closure and some perspective that she needed in moving forward with her marriage and whether or not she forgives her husband?
Do you really believe that nothing happened between him and the 21-year-old if they're staying in a hotel together?
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't believe that for a minute. Especially if the girl started crying and she was really into him. Like, if they're in Orlando for multiple days, they're in a hotel together.
They definitely, without a doubt, third basin at least.
You know he tried.
Yeah.
And he got up and yelled at her and laughed like, ugh.
So you're not believing the girl. Now, she talked about seeing a lot of emotion in both of them. And that was the only argument that I could see for going to Orlando for the face-to-face. She saw how shocked he was, how upset he got, how he then handled it. She then saw and was able to look into the girl's eyes. Whatever the girl said, apparently she believed, almost felt some sympathy for her. And that's all because she went to Orlando.
Well, I agree with, you shouldn't be mad at her. It's not the girl's fault because you're not married to her, and it sounds like she may not have even known about you. The person to get all of your anger needs to be him, not her. So I totally agree with you trying to be kind and sympathetic to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a breakup. Is that the segment?
I can't tell you that this is a good man, and I can't tell you that they're being honest, that nothing happened. If they were in a hotel together and they're having this romantic 2-day at least trip.
Why do people take cheaters back? Seriously, I mean, he's disrespected you on a level. Why do people go back to people? Why do they stay in relationships like that? Why would you want to work that out?
I think the only thing that probably has really got the lock is they've got 3 kids. And she's probably thinking about them first and trying to do best by them first. And saying it would be ideal if we could keep the family together. Can I forgive this or should I forgive this? And if you're asking why, it's not that she should, but I think that would be the only reason why.
I don't know, man. Sometimes I've seen parents stay together for the kids and they've actually caused more damage to the kids.
It can happen, yeah. And that's what she's going to have to decide going forward. And maybe therapy will help her start to see what is best for her kids and for herself.
Look, I'm always for keeping a family together if you can, but I just don't. How do you trust somebody? You don't. Even if that guy's going out to get a sandwich, how do you trust that? You don't.
I can tell you from experience, I walked in on somebody cheating on me, and then I thought, maybe I should give them a second chance. Here's the thing. When somebody cheats on you and you find out about it, then you try to stay in that relationship and forgive them. That cheating lives in your brain. Every time they're late for work, every time they're late coming home, every time they're, anytime anything slightly is askew, your mind immediately goes to, oh my gosh, they're cheating again. And it becomes this paranoid place where you live in your headspace. And I tried to do it, and I realized that it was stupid for me to take back a cheater.
Yeah. Jonathan Moore in the chat room says people can change. Forgiveness is key, and I agree with that. But just because I forgive you doesn't mean we should be together and that I gotta. No,
it's going to be hard moving forward because it sounds like legitimately for his job he does travel. So.
You'll never be able to trust him. You'll always be wondering what he's up to when he's traveling.
I don't get why people stay in certain situations. Yeah. I get that there's kids involved and it's very messy. I understand that.
She may decide eventually through therapy that it's time to go. And she may get there. It doesn't sound like she's there yet. The majority of people, almost 100%, are saying dump this dude. But, she's got to do what's right for her and her family.
And you got to do what's right for you and your mental stability. Just remember that. When somebody cheats on you, it changes you, and then you're going to be paranoid every time he's out of town, and it's going to be something that you stress about and worry about. Is that what you want for your life? Stress and worry?
You only got one life. You only got one life, dog.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for the update, and that is the latest with that, and hopefully she'll let us know how therapy works out and if they can patch everything up and continue to be a happy family, or did she realize that she needs to let this dude go?
And he definitely boned her at Disney. I don't care what y'all say.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that was his favorite ride. Thank God she didn't get a notification for that.
Where's those pictures?
Uh-huh.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, in a since-removed post on Instagram, Britney Spears is coming for the TriStar Entertainment Group. Now, this is the group that her dad hired to be her business managers back in the day. And it sounds like with her dad, these are the women that decided Britney should be in a conservatorship that ended up paying them a lot of money. Even in years when she wasn't doing any work whatsoever, TriStar Entertainment made hundreds of thousands of dollars. That, to me, is certainly suspicious. And Britney is calling them out, saying that when they put her into this conservatorship, they put her in a facility, and she says, I think they were trying to kill me. I still, to this very day, believe that's exactly what they were trying to do. But I didn't die. I lived through all of it, and I remember all of it, and now I will sue the S-bomb out of TriStar.
Okay.
She's going specifically after Lou Taylor, this woman, and Robin Greenhill, this other woman who apparently her dad teamed up with to get the conservatorship and all of that into place. She says, my dad worshipped these women. Well, yeah, they probably all worshipped each other because they created this whole conservatorship, and all of them made a buttload of money off of Britney being in a conservatorship. That is undeniable.
Yeah.
So hopefully Matthew Rosengart, who is Britney's new attorney, hopefully he is doing all the deep dive legal work to figure out exactly what TriStar did wrong. And they are claiming that they did nothing wrong. TriStar put out a statement saying these claims are false and offensive and damaging and unacceptable and all that. But if Matthew Rosengart is on it and he figures out that they did shady stuff, I hope that Britney and Matthew sue them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Very interesting.
She needs the money.
Brittany,
Yeah, I'm kidding.
she wants to move, so she probably does need the money. She's not happy in the house where she is. If you follow her religiously on social media, like I do, then you know that she wants to leave that house because she looks at the house that she's been in for all these years as a prison.
Yeah, I'm wondering what amount of money she does have access to now, because she didn't have a lot before the conservatorship. What does she have? How much of her wealth did they squander? Because we were talking about that earlier. Celebrities that have made a ton of money through the course of their career, but now have hardly anything to show for it.
Research desk is on it. I'll have your answer by tomorrow.
She could make up every penny if she decided to go on tour. I think she'll be fine. Don't worry about Britney.
You know that new album's going to drop?
Yes, there's going to be new music. There's going to be the book deal. There's a lot of things that she's going to be able to parlay into cash and make up for everything that her dad took from her.
It's saying she's worth $60 million right now.
$60 million, okay. So
she's going to be all right.
She's doing all right. And you think that she has just as much earning power now as when she was in her prime?
I do.
I do too.
I think that she's now a nostalgic act, and she's also a new act.
Dog, they had a movement.
The Free Britney movement is filled with young people.
If she was to drop an album and do a tour like The Witch is saying, it would be massive.
Yes, it would be. This sounds like it could be a fun movie. Tom Brady is getting into movie producing, and he's got a big film going to be coming out with Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Sally Field, Rita Moreno. It's going to be a movie about these 4 best friends who were Patriots fans who took a life-changing trip back in 2017 to see Tom Brady play in the Super Bowl. It sounds like a great movie.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I mean, you look at the cast.
Right.
Jane Fonda and Lily Tomlin already play off of each other very well.
Yes.
And they get each other's comedic time. And then Sally Field is just always amazing in everything she does.
Yeah, so look for production to begin sometime this spring on a Tom Brady produced movie.
Okay.
And finally here, Rosie O'Donnell is now apologizing for the second time about her apology. Ooh.
Did you read this? Did you read the whole thing?
I know that Priyanka Chopra put up a written statement.
She did.
And so now this is Rosie apologizing
Yeah, Priyanka Chopra wasn't feeling it. If you hadn't heard, Rosie O'Donnell confused who her father was. She thought her father was Deepak Chopra.
Well, she did that apology, and she goes, the Chopra wife at the end. I think when she said the wife.
The Jonas wife.
The Jonas wife. Whatever she said at the...
Yeah.
The Chopra wife.
I think she said Chopra wife.
She did
said
say
Chopra
that. She
wife.
did
She did.
because.
That didn't make sense.
Well, the reason why is because Rosie thought that she was Deepak's daughter. So the Chopra name is a big part of this story.
I think what it was the way she apologized. When she said the wife at the end, that's what it was. It was supposed to be an apology, and she felt all bad, and she goes, the wife.
So Priyanka Chopra, she said, we all deserve to be respected for our unique individuality and not to be referred to as someone or wife, especially in a sincere apology. So cue apology 2 because the first one wasn't good enough, Rosie.
I love it.
People thought that she was rude. She wasn't rude. It was just awkward, you know? I'm sure she gets sick of that. I'm sure I'm not the only one. But she's apparently a very well-known actress and more famous than him, people were saying. So I'm sure it felt weird to her to begin with. Priyanka is her name. Priyanka, I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
Oh, boy.
And I just want to apologize to her and to everyone who thought that it was really inappropriate of me. Sorry.
She's apparently really famous, and I think I'm
Apparently
saying
a
her name
well-known
right.
actress.
Okay, now fast forward to tomorrow. Apology number 3. I said her name wrong.
She is a well-known actress.
I should have known. It's on me. She is very well established. She's very famous. Not apparently.
Rosie, stop getting so involved.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Who wants to laugh their ass off? Ooh, I know I do. Ha 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 ha. He wrote some funny punchlines just for me and you. It's Dennys Joke Jury.
Who's ready to laugh?
Oh, man, you know we are. All right, here we go. Dennys is drawing up some comedy for us. We just let them know what's hitting today.
Get him, Dennys. Get him.
Okay, what you got for us on the joke jury?
All right, joke 1. Why can't families agree on how to properly raise a cockatoo?
How to properly? I don't know. Why can't they agree on that?
Because everybody's got different parroting tactics.
Parroting.
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 I love it.
We love bird comedy.
Yes. Second joke. What did the infant do to overthrow the government?
What did the infant do to overthrow the government? I don't know.
A coup.
A coup.
Oh, smart comedy.
Okay.
All right. Third joke. What did Sir Mix-a-Lot say about Paul Bunyan's ox?
Sir Mix-a-Lot said, well, Paul, I don't know. What did he say?
Baby's got yak.
Baby's got yak. Baby's got yak.
There's not enough
good.
There is not.
Wow. Okay.
It's good.
Yeah.
Fourth joke. How does a pilot like their ham and cheese sandwich?
I don't know. How do they like it?
Plain.
Oh, Plane.
Plain.
Get it?
Sir
You
Mix-a-Lot.
got that? Yeah.
Baby's got yak.
There's fire.
Baby's got yak. Oh, man.
And final joke. What do you call someone who will trade sex for linguine?
Trade sex for linguine.
Jay-Bird.
I don't know. What do you call that person?
A prostitute?
That's
Come on. Come on. What?
Hold on, John.
What are you talking about? Well, we all do dumb things. Sometimes we do, we're little kids. Other times we are drunk adults. We're going to try to tell the difference here. Thank you for all these submissions. People using the WRMF app that they downloaded for free and the mic drop feature, they can leave us an audio clip that we can play on the show. So you tell us something dumb that you did, leave a brief little space in time, and then tell us whether you're a little kid or a drunk adult. Here's some of the submissions that we got. Can we figure out what they were? Perry left this submission on the WRMF app.
So I got stitches because I ran down a bowling alley and knocked the pins down with my forehead.
Ooh.
I know that move. Not the stitches, but the forehead. It does hurt.
At the bowling alley you did that?
You were there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, was I drinking?
No, she was a drunk adult.
You were.
We know that, yeah.
We were both drunk adults.
Yeah.
Acting like little kids.
Okay.
No recollection.
So do you think that Perry, too, was a drunk adult while doing this?
Gotta be a drunk
You
adult.
have to be a drunk adult.
Come on.
I agree. Going with that, too.
I was a very drunk adult. I thought it'd be funny to slide down the bowling lane
It is.
and knock over the pins. I ended up cracking my head open, and I had to get 23 stitches.
Wow.
23? What did you do? Did he just dive into the pins?
Oh, my God.
Dang, that's a split.
Dog.
How hard did you go down that alley?
Wow. That's crazy.
You cannot say that man did not go for it.
I mean, he had to be the hammer.
I mean, whatever he's drinking, I'll have what he's having.
Wow. Okay, what about Natalie? She left us this message on the WRMF app. Was she a little kid or a drunk adult when she did this?
I wore my mom's bra and panties for a Halloween costume.
My mom's bra and panties for a Halloween costume. That sounds cute and innocent.
It does.
I'm going to go little kid.
Me too.
Bird?
I'm going to go drunk adult just to be difficult.
Okay.
I was a little kid. We didn't have much money growing up, so we had to get creative. So when I was 9 years old and used my mom's bra and panties to dress up as Madonna, I went to school in that costume and was immediately sent home for breaking the school's dress code policy.
Oh, wow.
It was 1988.
Oh, wow.
That is amazing.
Okay.
I can't believe your mom let you.
Went to school as Madonna dressed in bra and panties.
How about that?
And got sent home.
Oh, man. Okay, got one here from Vinny. Little kid or drunk adult?
I threw up in a Red Lobster, like in the lobster tank.
Oh, dog, in the tank.
Those poor lobsters. Definitely drunk adult.
Yeah, I think the tank is up too high for a little kid to get up there.
Good.
Could you imagine somebody barfing your grandfather into your home? That's basically what that is. If he just ate lobster and then barfed into the lobster tank.
It's chum. The lobsters probably loved it.
Oh, they could be eating a relative.
They don't know that.
Oh.
Virginia's got a good point.
Oh.
It's got to be drunk adult. Those tanks are high. It'd be tough for a kid to do this.
And fish love chum. They love it.
Oh, geez. Even lobsters, huh?
I think so, Kevin.
Okay.
They got all that butter on it, too. I mean, delicious, Kev.
All right, so we're going drunk adult here for
Definitely.
Vinny.
Yeah, we think so.
I was a drunk adult.
Yeah.
My girlfriend used to be a bartender at Red Lobster, and she'd always hook up the free drinks.
Mm-hmm.
And one night, she kind of overserved me, and I ended up vomiting in the lobster tank. And I wasn't able to make it to the bathroom. I didn't even remember doing it.
Oh my gosh. If there would be video of that, you would go viral. If you Ralph in the lobster tank, that goes viral, dude.
How do you not remember that? How do you forget you did that?
That's a dude to drink a lot of the Red Lobster.
I mean, what was your girlfriend pouring you?
Straight fire
That's
water.
like a Long Island iced tea kind of
Yeah,
thing.
like 7 of them.
Yeah, 10 Long Island iced
That's
tea.
what that is right there. All right, you can always send them to us. Download that app, become a registered user, start listening, and win some really cool stuff as well with the free 97.9 WRMF app. Well, we've all done some bad things, so we're on the same page there. But you know, sometimes it's very entertaining to hear the bad things that people have been doing. And for us sinners, it makes us feel better about our own lives. So please, anonymously text in the bad things you've been doing to 877-979-WRMF. We're opening up.
Are you okay?
Radio's hard, isn't it?
He's been limping all morning. I didn't bring it up, but he's been moving like a sloth that just got hit by a car.
Oh, no.
Just threw out my back.
He just threw out his back. Dennys!
Oh, no.
Clean up aisle 2!
Bird's hurt himself doing radio again.
I'm sorry.
You know that tough job of sitting and talking in a microphone?
Yeah, I don't know why it's the most physically grueling job. And
Looks like you about to be on the flow for the rest of the show.
back's gone, huh?
You about to do a flow show.
Oh, it's out. Oh, crap. Oh, no. I have a dentist appointment today.
You need some pain pills?
Well... As you were, Kevin.
Okay.
And you have a dentist appointment?
I did.
Can we carry you like Shamu? How they put the injured whales and dolphins on that sling?
I gotta cancel it.
Yeah, I think you gotta cancel it.
Oh, boy.
Sorry, Kevin.
That's all right. We got nothing going on here.
Tell me about F my life.
Literally, F your life.
Yeah, right. I think you're already displaying it.
Hey, how's that gross carpet smell?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's laying in just
Kevin,
years of his funk.
24 hours ago, there was bits of dried egg on it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not living my best life right now.
No, you're not. No, it's not looking good.
Oh,
boy.
sweetie.
We need just a back specialist on call here.
What can we do?
I have to call my dentist.
I think I should make an Instagram video and mess with you. That's what I'll do.
We gotta call my dentist.
We gotta call your dentist.
We-
You gotta call your dentist.
phone's
What, you got a mouse in your pocket? We.
Oh, poor Danny's got so much to deal with today.
Oh, Dennys, your job
Yeah.
just became 10 times more difficult.
What
Yeah.
about you, dog? I thought you were my rolling partner too. Rich.
I'm going out of town tomorrow. This bitch got plans.
Ain't nothing derailing Virginia going to Mardi Gras.
No, I got a pack today. I'm sorry, I love you, but peace.
Yeah. Virginia's just bounced. All right, here we go. While Jaybird lays on the floor in the filth.
And moans.
Yeah, we'll read off some of your confessions that you've been texting in here, 877-979-WRMF. This person said, when my ex broke up with me, he left himself logged into Facebook on my iPad.
Oh.
I occasionally go through his conversations and delete messages before he reads them. He has missed quite a few important things. Okay.
It's the little pieces of revenge.
Yeah, it is.
I get it.
Yeah, somebody else did something. If you're looking to get back at a cheater, it says, my wife had an affair. We split, and then she immediately moved the new guy in.
Oh, how disgusting.
But I still have the app that works the thermostat, so I will lower the AC to 60 every morning. And somehow they still haven't figured out and changed the settings because I can still go in. Their FPL bill must be outrageous.
It's the little things.
It is.
I get it.
It is the little things. There you go. Somebody else confessing, they say, I bought a dishwasher with a silver front on it.
I got one of those too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
It was very expensive.
Yeah, they say they had it delivered, and it was only then when I opened it up that I'm like, wait a minute, this has got a gold front. I'm like, okay, I was all angry about it, but I'm like, I don't want to go through the hassle of looking for a replacement, all that stuff. Then a year later, somebody pointed out that actually the gold front was the protective wrap. When I took it off, what do you know? I had my silver dishwasher.
That's hilarious because I've done something like that before.
And look, now there's not a scuff on it.
Oh,
You
man.
have protected that thing for the first year of its life.
And think about how excited you are now.
Yeah, you've basically just left like a condom on it.
Yeah.
There's no damage, no stains.
Oh, man. Okay.
Pretty funny.
That is pretty interesting. Somebody else confessing here. They said, I stopped a kid from drowning this summer in our community swimming pool.
Good for you.
But then I just saw him at a local sports bar and he's wearing a Jets jersey. I'm not saying I would have let him drown had I known, but it did take a bit of the shine off things for me.
Oh, dude.
Oh, no.
He's bummed he saved a Jets ring.
Oh, dude.
Oh, come on, dog.
I hope you're joking.
Come on, dog. Come on now. Oh, how's it
Sorry,
going over there, Bird?
he's not looking good.
Oh, man.
His fly is unzipped, and now he's on his back like a turtle that can't get out the road.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Yeah, there you go.
There are days and then there are days.
Okay, the fly is now up, but he still looks like a turtle. He got his zipper, but that's about all he's got.
He's still not living his best life.
He is not living
No.
his best life, Kevin.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really not having fun right now.
He's living his messed life.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Another person confessing here said, when my kids were being potty trained, I told them both that their dad had been a championship butt wiper and that he'd won medals at big competitions. So whenever they go for a poo, they always call him for help.
That's funny. Okay, so mom wrote this in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, no, Daddy knows how to do this. He actually won medals in butt wiping.
Me and Panda would bob and weave to try to get out of the butt
Oh, I
wiping.
bet, yeah.
Pretend to be like downstairs doing dishes.
I'm cooking. I can't.
I can't. Oh, yep. Hands in the pasta. You don't want that.
Can't mix the two.
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's pretty smart. Somebody else confessing here. They said, I recently bumped into an old school friend who I hadn't seen in years. he had a big birthday coming up, so he invited me to the party. At the party, he introduced me to his wife, who had already met several months before on a well-known hookup app. I feel awful, poor guy.
Jeez.
Yeah, and would you say something?
No, because you don't need to get involved in that drama.
Maybe they were separated at the time. You never,
True.
You never know these things.
You don't. My buddy on the floor is right. You don't know what somebody's going through,
right?
And you don't know like what their story is, and you're not that good friends with them. Why would you want to get in their drama?
Yeah. And finally, here's somebody confessing today. They say, I like to dress my rooster up with googly eyes, sunglasses, and bow ties and photograph it.
I get it.
I have a drawer with a collection of fun dong costumes, too. Oh, it's a rooster. And a large amount of photos in my phone that no one else will ever see, sadly. Get it? They got a rooster. They got a dong costume.
Wait, do they put it on their penis or do they actually have a chicken?
They have a rooster, but you know what you can call a rooster.
Wait,
sure.
Was a penis involved?
I'm confused.
I'm confused.
It's a penis costume for a rooster that also has another name that
Oh,
I can't say on the radio.
okay. I got it now.
I'm there.
Okay.
Sorry, we're slow.
That's all right. No.
He's on the floor. I don't know what my excuse is.
We're all going slow today, y'all.
There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, I don't have to tell you. We talked about it ad nauseum about all the deaths that have come with the Bright Line reopening since the pandemic. And people are like, what the heck is going on? And now apparently they have Federal Railroad Administration inspectors coming to South Florida.
Uh-oh, our kill count got too high.
Yeah, they're like, what the heck is going on in South Florida?
I tell you, I can tell you right now, I don't even have to send inspectors. Fast train plus stupid people equals problems.
That might be what they come to. They might just walk out and be going, y'all too dumb for a fast train.
Well, Florida, I mean, we are known for being a little squirrely outside the box, not following rules, not paying attention. Like, that's our nationwide reputation. So, of course, there's going to be a certain segment of the population that just don't understand or respect the train because they can't.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, this probably is not going to help the reputation. There are now videos being posted to social media from area surveillance cameras in Fort Lauderdale showing multiple drivers over the last several months that have driven from the road onto the railroad tracks themselves. Apparently, drivers are getting confused traveling northbound on Northeast 3rd Avenue as it crosses the tracks at Progresso Drive. And in late hours, when the lighting is not that great, drivers are thinking that the tracks are the road. And so they're driving their cars now onto the Bright Line rail,
making it easier for the train to hit them completely.
And then the cars are getting stuck.
Oh my gosh.
And
see, we're too stupid for this train.
Yes, so you know, they say 31 cars have now been towed from the tracks in just the last 6 months.
31?
31 cars have driven onto the tracks and got stuck as the Bright Line was on its way. So this might be one of the things that the inspectors find, saying, okay, we need better lighting here because you dum-dums are driving onto the tracks.
Do you have to have arms that go both ways that keep you from driving, of course, across the tracks when the train is coming, but then also keep you from driving onto the track at any point in time?
Yeah, they're going to be looking into all those kind of things. So
oh my gosh, that sounds very affordable.
Yeah, they're looking at how we're doing it. They're looking at any defects in the safety devices and things that don't meet up to federal standards. And the other thing they're going to be looking at in June, and this is coming up again, is the quiet zones. Now, that forbids train engineers from sounding their horns at night in densely populated areas, which is Miami to West Palm Beach. So they don't ever sound the horns really between those areas. And they're gonna look at that again. So anytime you got a crackhead that's stumbling over the tracks, you're gonna hear Bright Line horns going off.
As you should. If there's somebody on the tracks, the conductor needs to be able to blow the horn.
Yeah.
quiet zone or not.
So that might be coming up by this summer. You'll hear people complaining about bright line horns going off. So
Oh my gosh.
it's not one thing, it's another, Virginia.
I love the bright line too. I think it's the coolest thing ever, but man,
Yeah.
drama.
It's causing some issues. Well, we had a not so great story about a 27-year-old female in Lake Worth Beach, Cassidy Sotolaire.
I saw this.
She's a volunteer cheerleading coach, and she is now accused of sending sexual messages to a 14-year-old girl on a school's junior varsity team.
It was actually a cop undercover.
But it was a real kid. It's kind of like those videos me and Dennys watch where they have the decoy.
The decoy.
This was a legit kid.
Yeah, they think that there may be others that have had interaction with her, and this might not be her first time. So they're asking any kids that were cheer coached by her that have stories to come forward.
Well, what had happened was the coach, Cassidy Sotolaire, sent messages on Instagram about wanting this 14-year-old girl to give her a kiss while sitting on her lap, and that the girl did not have to wear clothes.
Oh.
Then she repeatedly asked the girl to meet up with her, and then posing as the girl, now the cops have it.
Right.
And Sotolaire is telling the teen to sneak out and say, hey, meet me here. And when she does, the police are waiting.
Right. She meets the police, not the 14-year-old.
Right, exactly.
Ay, ay, ay. This is exactly what the whole series was. Catch
Kevin,
a
Predator.
I can't tell you how many people are getting busted doing this. It's such a huge problem.
Yeah. There's another story here of a teacher in Ohio at an all-boys school that got suspended after her alleged sex tape was airdropped to 200 of her high school students.
Oh, no.
I can see how that accidentally can happen.
Oh, my goodness. Wow.
I almost airdropped Chelsea from WIRK. Now, it wasn't anything bad, but still, it shows you how quick it can
I
happen.
can get away from you.
Can you guys hear me?
A little.
Kind of.
I'm going to shut up.
You sound like you're down the hall.
I'm sorry.
Just
Yeah.
scoot closer to the mic.
You
You
can't.
want me to pull you?
Oh, boy. Kevin, no, stop. It's all right.
You don't want her to pull you?
Well, now I'm interrupting the show even more.
What? It's not nice to mess with your friend who's laid out like a turtle on the floor, but I've never claimed to be nice.
That's true.
And I'm just looking for fun and laughs.
Oh, this is a nasty situation. Somebody broke into a Fort Myers mobile home and left behind poo on 2 different occasions.
You animal.
Well, they did put a shirt over it, but yeah. 2 different times they dropped a deucer.
I wonder if they can DNA test that stuff and figure out if it's somebody in the DNA database.
I wonder if they can, because there's a story today about a burglar that spit on a staircase and they ran a DNA and caught him.
Oh,
Good for them.
You can get DNA from poop.
Okay.
Okay.
He's
yelling.
Glad you screamed that, yes.
Now it sounds like you're just angry about poop.
People in the hall are like, why is he yelling that?
I got to find that balance.
Okay.
You didn't find it yet.
No, still searching.
Why don't you let me grab you by your ankles and I'll just pull you across the floor about 3 feet and then you'll be so much closer to the mic.
All right,
You'll have a little rug burn, but you know.
All right.
There's no way this goes well.
All right, come on.
All right, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Just be gentle.
No,
Please,
no.
please, seriously.
What's that?
Be gentle.
How Jaybird
Seriously,
became a paraplegic.
Hey, Kahlua! Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
In 3, 2, 1.
Ha, 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 ha. Okay. Thank you. Great. That was awesome.
Oh, there we go. All
Yeah,
right.
it's great, Kev.
All right. Look at Virginia, so helpful.
That sneak peek up my dress when I walked that way, that was free.
By the way, the Dookie Bandit did make off with $500 in cash and some fruit.
Interesting.
Really?
Oh, that is definitely intoxicated person.
That's probably why he's having to poo so much.
He's eating prunes.
Yeah.
Cut back on the fiber, bruh.
Yeah. A man in Mims, Florida has been accused of trying to steal a crossbow from a True Value by stuffing it down his pants.
Oh.
Now, the guy actually made it out of the store but got caught on surveillance video, and then the store notified police who spotted the suspect in a nearby parking lot. Then when he saw the police officers coming towards him, he tried to flee, but he had a crossbow in his pants. So have you ever tried to run with a crossbow in your pants?
I would not.
It's not easy.
You can try it tomorrow.
It's not easy to do.
Maybe Monday.
He was apprehended pretty quickly.
Better be careful you don't lance your dong.
Yeah, it could get away from you. They say for some reason thieves in Japan have been stealing roadside guardrails.
Really? Oh, is it for scrap metal?
Maybe. The police aren't really sure why yet, but they got a lot of Japanese people just driving off the side of mountains.
That's not safe.
No, it's not safe at all. It's terrible. And how about this? A study found that it's possible that your life really does flash before your eyes before you die.
We have heard that from so many people that I believe it to be true.
Yeah, an 87-year-old man recently died of a heart attack while having his brain scanned, and right when his heart stopped, his brain waves changed and looked like they do when we're dreaming, flashing back, or processing lots of information.
Wow, so they literally saw it.
Yeah, they could see on the brain scan what was going on as he was passing over, and they noticed a change.
Is that like life's little scrapbook gift to you on your way out the door?
That is a good question.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, here's your life.
Am I talking too soft now?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Still working on it.
Still trying to find that medium. We'll get there. Still got a little bit of show left. Who is the big liar here today? That's what we're trying to figure out here. 2 truths and a lie. 2 truthful stories, 1 that is not. Can we tell the difference? Suits completely did a head fake on us last week. I thought for sure he was the only one telling the truth, and he was actually the one that was the liar.
Yeah, I got you guys good last week.
Man, oh man.
And he's
did
been
you
having
ever.
a secret girlfriend for 5 months.
Yeah, you can't believe anything about this guy now,
Pretty
Virginia.
impressive. 5 months is.
I can't believe, honestly, I kept the secret that long.
I thought I knew you.
He's going strong, Virginia.
yeah.
He's very deceitful, this one. Got to keep an eye out for him. Okay, so we're going to let last week's liar tell his story first here this week to see if he is a liar or not. What you got to tell us today, Suits?
Well, a couple of times we've done this bit, I've had stories that were obviously true at the end about having almost setting my house on fire as a kid or just having a couple of incidents with fire. I don't know why we had so many of them when I was a kid. I felt like it was more than usual. But everybody tried at some point, it seemed like, to burn our house down, including the cat one time. And I was home alone for one of the first times. I mean, my mom didn't go too far. She was at the grocery store, but I was by myself and luckily decided to go up into my room because when I turned the corner up there, I started smelling something burning really badly. And I was like, I think 12 years old at the time. And so I'm like full panic mode at that point. I go into my bedroom and I had a turtle in there, a tortoise tank with a heat lamp, this huge heat lamp on it. And the cat decided he wanted to sit up there. So he knocked it onto the thickest carpet in the entire house. And by the time I had found it, it had burned a hole all the way to the wood, like underneath.
Yeah.
And it was smoldering. So I didn't know what to do. I thought it was going to catch fire, so I thought I'll just dump a bunch of water on it. That should be the right move. But it ended up causing a ton of steam, and it filled the whole house with like this smoke steam. I don't know how it didn't set off the smoke detector, but my mom eventually came home, and when she did show up, the house was like smoking through the second level as soon as she walked in.
Wow.
She freaked out. Luckily, it didn't start a fire, but yeah, the cat, if I didn't go upstairs, that would have caught fire, and it would have been the cat that took us out there.
Totally.
Okay. All right, is that a truthful story?
Crazy.
Okay. Bird?
Who looks like the turtle in your tank, but that got stuck on his back.
You can call me J Turtle.
J Turtle.
I don't like the nickname.
J Turtle.
J Turtle's not that bad of a name. So I found out not that long ago that somebody who worked at a medical facility, a doctor's office that I went to a while ago, was speaking about stuff in my medical file to people at a gathering, talking about medication I was on,
small penis,
talking about all kind of stuff that is, in my opinion, violates HIPAA.
Totally.
Well, anything
that they talk about that's in your file medically violates.
Telling people the sleep aid that the doctor prescribed me, which I'm not embarrassed by that, but still, the fact she was doing that, also talking about stuff that was in my file, psychological stuff that I think was not very cool to tell people. And the reason why I know it's true, because the person who let me know about this used to work at this facility. It matched up with the the prescription.
The diagnosis and the medicine was
110%. So I know that she's not lying about that.
Yeah, they wouldn't know all these details that they gave to everybody had they not actually had access to your medical records.
And the person that sent me the message, who used to work at this facility, I trust this person. They were cool.
Okay.
That's messed up.
You got a HIPAA lawsuit.
Yeah.
Let's sue them. We need some extra scratch.
That's all. Can you legally get in trouble? Like, can they arrest you for doing something like that?
That's a great question. Well, we can talk about it later if it's a real story.
Yeah. Okay, we got Dennys in here. All right, Dennys, what is your story here? We're going to see if you're a liar or not.
All right, so back when I went to college, I went to IRCC originally before I went to Full Sail for audio. But when I was taking a psychology class, one of the classes I took, they had a syllabus. You know, you get the syllabus right at the beginning of the class. It only had 4 things you could get a grade for, each worth 25% of your grade.
Okay.
So if you did poorly in 2 of them, there's no way you could pass this class.
Dang.
Yeah.
So I was kind of partying a lot, and towards the end of the semester, I was like, there's no way I'm going to pass this.
Yeah.
But it was a psychology class, and the teacher had a stipulation. If from the time you started class to the time you ended that class, if you could learn to juggle, they'd give you 100%. Because it was a psychology class to teach you how to teach your brain.
Wow.
So a lot of students attempted, including myself. I tried to learn this, and I couldn't do it. Fortunately, my brother is a very good juggler.
Okay.
And he looks a lot like me. He's only a year younger than me. So I had my brother go to the class as me and juggle. He did so good, they took a picture of him and put him on the wall. And it was under my name, but it was actually my brother. And I ended up passing that class.
Kind of like Gallagher and his brother.
Exactly. Actually, me and my brother look a lot alike. He's just a little taller than I am.
They do look a lot alike.
Wow.
So it ended up getting me the passing grade to pass psychology.
Okay.
What's the statute of limitations on that sort of crime? Could they take away your degree?
I wonder.
That's crazy. Is that too crazy?
That's so crazy.
I mean, juggling, you can blow off the whole course, and if you can juggle, you're going to pass?
Picture on the wall, Kevin.
I took a class where if you were able to make wine within the first month, you didn't have to take the final exam.
Oh. Now that's my kind of class.
I took the final exam. I made horrible wine.
Okay, so which story is the lie here? Denny's brother passed a class for him by juggling. Jaybird had somebody reveal his medical file at a social gathering, and Suits' cat caused a fire. Okay.
I think they're all true, Kevin. Is that the trick?
That would definitely
they feel
that
like
would
they're
be
all
quite a wrinkle.
true. I can't. This game is hard.
Denny's to me is a liar. I can't even. That's crazy. I can't say that that's not the liar and then be like going, dude, really? You think you pass a class by juggling? And I sent an imposter in there to do it? It
sounds too 80s movie for you, like a comedy.
It just sounds like, wow. Like, yeah, if you were watching a movie and this happened, you'd be like, there's no way that would happen. If I were watching this, I'd be like, that doesn't happen.
Danny's brother leaves the classroom and then slips on a banana peel. Whoa! Oh! No movements.
Oh, yeah.
You all right?
I got to stop. Just stop.
I got to stop. Just stop, huh? Okay, I'm going to say that Denny's is a liar. Who do you think, Virginia?
You kind of talked me into Denny's. I was leaning Suits.
Okay. Well, Suits was a liar last week, too. Would he be it twice in a row? He could.
They are tricky like that.
Okay.
Just for differentiation, I'm going to go Suits.
You're going to go
y'all
Suits.
think I'm definitely telling the truth.
I mean, I think that would happen. Loose lips in a doctor's office would not surprise me.
You're my second, though, and it was between you and Denny's. I'm believing Suits again. Maybe I shouldn't. He taught me otherwise last week. But I think Suits is the most believable, and that's how things are going right now in the KVJ TV chat room. 57% think that Denny's is the liar. 31% think it's Jaybird. Only 13% thinks that it's Suits.
Okay. All right.
That's where we stand right now. All right, who is our big liar here today? People think it's Denny's. He told us a story about how he took a course that he wasn't going to pass, but they had this weird stipulation that if you could juggle, you could pass the class. So he couldn't juggle, but his brother could. So he sent his brother in to act as him and juggle, and he passed the class because of it. You're right. It just sounds like some kind of crazy thing from a movie that you wouldn't believe. Jaybird said that somebody revealed his personal medical information at a social gathering, and Suits had his cat cause a fire. He threw something on it and made the whole house smoky. So which one is telling a lie? Who's telling the truth? Okay, it's standing in there. More people think that Dennys is a liar. 29% now think that Bird is, and 15% for Suits. So I'm sticking with Dennys. That's who my vote is our liar here. Who is really the liar today?
Oh, you guys got it.
Oh, it's Dennys.
Sweet Dennys.
Yeah.
Funny enough, weirdly, the true part about that story was if you could learn to juggle by the end of the class, it would supersede any other grade you got, and you would get 100% in the class.
Yeah.
So I spent the 3-month course. I spent learning how to juggle.
There are courses, wacky courses like that, where you do something, a big feat like that, you can get out of the whole thing.
But I don't understand. What if you could already juggle? Then you wouldn't even have to put any effort into the class.
You're right.
That to me is like, if I ran that school, I'd be like, what are we doing here?
So the way you could see around it.
What are we doing?
IRCC, come on.
I'd be like, what are we doing here?
So the way you can see around it is
not education.
If you watch somebody who just learns to juggle compared to somebody that can, it's very different. Because you'd have to be able to juggle for at least 5 to 8 seconds was this thing, just to keep it going. But yeah, so I mean, you could cheat, you could pretend, but it was definitely a way to get 100% in that class.
People in the chat room are saying, I've talked about this before. I have not talked about this. This is a completely different scenario. This is new stuff that I found out. The story I had told before was a nurse saying, all the people in this office want to get this medical file. They want to read it. They had to hide the medical file.
Oh.
Wow.
This is a different story.
You're a man in demand.
That's crazy, though, that somebody would do that. And they have to know how wrong that is. And I can't, if I were even hearing that at a party, I'd be like, can't be sharing this kind of stuff.
I was bummed out to hear about it. I'm not going to do anything about it, though. Everyone's saying, oh, come on, HIPAA lawsuit.
Nobody would blame you if you did, but I get it.
you.
I get it. I was really fascinated when Jaybird told me, he's like, dude, you got to hear this story about the creator of Corn Flakes and the guy who came up with the whole Kellogg's thing. In fact, that is his name is Kellogg. And he did all this, and I said, oh, wait, I can't wait to hear what it is, because he said after they told the story last night on the Weird and Whatever podcast that you can check out right now on KVJ TV on YouTube, that people were like, oh, I'm never buying Kellogg stuff again. And so I kind of started looking into it because I'd heard a little bit about this story, just even about cornflakes. And I don't know, is it have to do with the whole story about cornflakes and why cornflakes was actually created?
It is. Dennys does such a great job telling the story. He does a great job. He does Dennys Random Facts and the Weird and Whatever.
Yeah.
And he really brings in some awesome stuff that you would never even find out. Sweet Dennys really, he tells it great. I don't know if he's able to tell it right now.
Yeah.
But it's a crazy story.
Yeah, we'll bring him in here to tell the story, because I was just doing a quick little dive in about the story on cornflakes and the whole purpose of why cornflakes was invented, and that alone is crazy. And then they talked a little bit about this Cat Kellogg that created the food company and the cereal, and why.
Dennys told the story. I'm not kidding. I got 3 personal messages from people who said, Bird, after Dennys' story, I am no longer supporting Kellogg's.
Really?
That's insane.
Yeah, I cancel Kellogg's.
What is this? What's the random fact about Kellogg's?
Well, so John William Kellogg hated masturbation so much. He was so steadfast against it that he never consummated his marriage.
Yeah.
In fact, him and his wife adopted all of the kids they had. They had somewhere around 40-something kids.
42 children.
42?
They had 42 children.
All in attempts not to procreate, not to have sex. He was so against it. He thought masturbation was the most condemnable thing you could do. So he was working at a psych ward with his brother, Will Kellogg. And during the psych ward, he came up with this theory, because he was a physician in Michigan. He came up with the theory that to live the best life, no masturbation, healthy diet, healthy mind, right? He thought that masturbation perverted your brain. So he created what he titled as granola. It's granola with a U. And somebody had already trademarked that, so he just goes, whatever, let's change the U to an O. And he came up with granola, which is how we have the trademarked granola. He's the guy that came up with that stuff.
Yeah, right.
And it was one of his food regimens to help the mental patients, first off, not masturbate, but also to help them have a healthy diet and a healthy colon and all that fun stuff. He was big into colon health.
Yeah.
He created an enema system where they would put yogurt into your colon. And they would feed you yogurt while they put it in your colon.
He was so against.
Wait, they would double penetrate you with yogurt?
They would, and then they'd flush your system with water.
He was so
amazing.
against sex and masturbation that on his wedding night he was writing. They didn't even consummate the marriage.
Yeah, there was fabled that he was writing his anti-sex book during his honeymoon.
So he hated masturbation and sex.
He abstained from sex as well. He
Yeah.
thought masturbation was the most condemnable thing you could do.
But then sex was no...
Sex was not good either.
But he was so against it. I mean, the hot sauce. I'm not sure how much you can say
Well,
about
so
that.
he came up with this cornflake, and it was horrific flavored. And so he goes into business with his brother, Will Kellogg, and Will's like, no one's going to buy this stuff. It's horrific. You got to add sugar. And that started a decade-long dispute between the two of them. He fired him. He hated his brother for that. And
Wow.
ultimately, I guess his gears shifted and he started working more on medical stuff, which I'll get into in a second. And his brother took over the company of Kellogg and changed the whole recipe. So, I mean, technically you can't hate Kellogg because his brother's cool and he took over it.
Yeah.
He wanted to add sugar to it.
He didn't want sugar in it. He wanted people to eat this terrible brand.
Yeah, I was looking into it. And it was
Kevin
actually,
would love it.
Yeah, well, the thing about it, it was actually kind of a movement that was going on. It wasn't just Kellogg himself. They said many doctors, preachers, and other people of the time thought that alcohol, meat, and flavorful spicy foods were the cause of sexual desire. So they would try to keep people away from the temptations of the devil by staying away and eating only bland, dull-tasting meals. And so the cornflakes fit into that regimen of saying if you don't have tasty food, you won't be tempted by Satan to sin.
I mean, that's not that long ago.
No,
yeah.
It's really not that
It really
long ago.
isn't. I mean, we still have
turn
them.
of the
Is that
century,
crazy?
the last century, yeah.
I mean,
And so that was one thing that he kind of really bought into, and then he came up with the food that went along with it. And yeah, his own personal story is really kind of twisted. And if you look into it now, I think you can see what was going on. Because yeah, you talk about how they fostered 42 children. He never slept in the same room as his wife, but he did have a handsome male nurse that was always tending to him.
the other thing.
So you can kind of see this guy sounds like one of those self-loathing,
We see you, girl.
kind of people that was like, why he didn't sleep with his wife, why he had a handsome male nurse, why he tried to stay away from masturbation.
Well, I think too. I think the story fired people up because you talked about the Tabasco thing.
So
I think that was what really got.
He published a few medical journals, and in which one of them was ways to prevent children from masturbating. And so, I mean, even down, I'll just give you like kind of a crash course here, but even down to where they would wrap the member in wire to prevent it from changing shape.
Wire?
Oh my
hot
God.
sauce.
And then also on the females, on the pleasure zones, they would put either acids or like Tabasco sauce
Oh my God.
to cause enough pain to discourage from anyone wanting to touch that area.
Oh my God.
All in a medical journal.
Oh, crazy stuff. And what did you say? Sexual zone? Whatever term you said. It made me feel weird. Denny said some kind of term.
You like it,
An
don't
erogenous zone.
I actually did not like how Denny said it.
you? Denny's get the wire.
Yeah, held still.
Twisted stuff, though, huh?
Yeah, it really was kind of fascinating because I'd heard what I thought might have been an urban legend about cornflakes. But yeah, if you do just do a really quick dive, it'll bring all that stuff up. And
I had never heard that foods brought out,
that's what they believed.
Naughty
Some people believed at
behavior.
the time. Yeah, it's really fascinating. I grew up, my family is Southern Baptist, and when you just hear about like what my grandparents thought and people of the time and what they'd have to do to try to stay away from the devil, it's really pretty. Some of it's like pretty crazy.
Crazy.
Growing up in a strong religious background, had you ever heard about foods doing things to people and bringing out the?
No, but there was so many different pitfalls depending upon how tight you were. You'd seen like there was an old movie called Footloose that was about don't dance, don't this, don't that. There are certain places where they just thought like this leads into the devil's play. And so it was really odd, some of the things that they earmarked as this was a gateway drug to Satan.
Yeah, well, you would just assume Kellogg was a company that started as a cereal company,
Right,
but it actually
yeah.
started as a psych ward diet regimen.
Well, it's funny that, their first big product, they tried to make tasteless.
Yeah.
They tried to make it taste awful, which how many companies are successful today because they sought out to create a completely tasteless product?
But that's just crazy. Back in the day, don't eat that hot dish right there. It's got ingredients.
It's gonna
in
make
there.
you sin.
It's gonna bring you out the hornies.
That's right. The devil loves tasty food.
Sometimes people that are doing things in the name of the Lord can be so demonically creepy.
I mean, that's just not, to me, what blows my mind is that's not that long ago.
No,
Yeah,
you're right.
it's not.
It's really not. So some crazy, fascinating stuff. Thank you, Dennys. I got some random questions here for you. Which celebrity do you think will have the next major scandal? Now, if I said Jerry Lewis, I would be cheating because I just saw there is a story out today. If you don't remember, he was a guy that used to always do the Jerry Lewis telethon every single year with random celebrities and would raise the money. And he used to be in movies way back in the day.
The original Nutty Professor.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, back in the day. He was, a very interesting story. I think I saw a documentary on him about 10 years ago. And it was really kind of fascinating because, he had a comedy partner and then they split up. And
They always do, Kev.
yeah, I know. That's kind of the way it goes, right? And then around that time, there were some people coming out and, he seemed like just a goofy, lovable kind of guy. And then there were some stories that had come out. And now there are apparently several women who are accusing him of sexual misconduct back in the 1960s.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is not Jerry Lee Lewis who married his 13-year-old cousin. That was a different person.
Different perverted Jerry.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's not a great name, apparently, when it comes to this stuff.
I get the confusion.
Yes. Now, Jerry Lewis himself died in 2017 at the age of 91. So, of course, they're coming out now. There's two ladies, Karen Sharp and Hope Holiday, that said that he was basically sexually harassed them back on some movies in the day.
What's the claim that he was?
Well, let's just say that he needed some Kellogg's cornflakes.
He was all charged up.
He was doing a Louis C.K.
Yeah, he was.
in front of them.
Yeah, he did. He did the Louis C.K.
According to them.
According to them. These are just the allegations. So, again, he's not around to
Fascinating.
defend himself. But
Now,
He certainly cannot defend himself.
What does zombie Jerry Lewis say?
yeah. So that is the latest. So which celebrity, because it seems like every single day we got a new one, who do you think is going to be the next celebrity to have a major scandal?
A scandal. Okay. It could be any type of scandal.
It always just seems like it's kind of a random that comes out of nowhere. Maybe like, oh, what the heck?
I don't know why, but I'm going in with John Stamos.
John Stamos, really?
Yeah.
Really?
That could be a John Stamos scandal. Huh?
It's a long shot, and I'm betting big. If it comes in, I win. I win big.
Okay.
I just have heard some stories about him. Doesn't mean anything. They're just side stories.
Yeah.
And he just, to me, he doesn't seem like he's that nice of a dude. I don't know.
He's good looking and he knows
He's
it.
good looking. He knows it. And I heard a story. He tried to get the Olsen twins fired from the first year they were on Full House. 'Cause
Really?
according to him, they were acting like, I don't know, babies. Well, number one.
And they're supposed to act.
And then they had other people that they interviewed, and he was like, just bring the Olsen twins back. That's fine.
Wow. Okay, what do you think, Virginia?
Tom Brady.
Brady?
Yeah.
That's another one.
He's going to get caught in some kind of Hollywood cheating scandal because now he's a movie producer. I think he's going to go out to Hollywood and make the grave mistake of cheating on Giselle.
You've got that. And just
She'll kill him.
Just to back up my Stamos thing, the reason why Stamos comes to mind, there's a lot of heat around just Bob Saget, and just they're talking a lot about Full House. There's a lot of digging going on right now.
Okay. I gotcha.
And I can see Virginia. I can see what Virginia's saying. Do not cheat on Giselle. Good luck with that.
She gonna cut you.
Good luck with that. The worst sack he ever got.
Okay. Well, let's see. Who else could there be to come up with a scandal here? What about Steve Buscemi?
I don't see it.
You don't see it?
I don't. I think he's pretty. I think a lot of people love that guy behind
I do.
the scenes.
He's beloved. I wouldn't expect anything. But I'm kind of thrown out because you could throw out ones big. Yeah, I could see them having a scandal.
You're right.
But one you're going, wait, Buscemi?
We
didn't know much about him. We all seem to like him. What we didn't know, because that seems to a lot of times happen with these scandals. It's somebody that you think you know and that you think you like.
Out of the three, who is the most? I think Brady's the most likely out of the three we named.
Really, I don't think so.
You think you know Brady. You
He's
don't
been
know
under
Brady.
a microscope.
Yeah, Kevin's right. I mean, if he hasn't messed up now.
Yeah. And so I think Steve Buscemi could fly under the radar.
Stamos too. All
Yeah,
right.
you're right. Okay.
Brady's finally going to for the first time in his life, be loose. He doesn't have to be the quarterback. I think he's going to slip up.
Okay. All
You
right.
say no one's that perfect? Is that what you're claiming?
No one can be that perfect.
Okay, if you found out somebody you knew was trying to murder you, who do you think it would be and why?
I know who it is. We have a listener.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if they still listen. They do not like me. And this is not me trying to be cute on the microphone.
Yeah.
There's legit print of them saying they want to get me alone to do terrible things to me. And then I read up on this person and investigated. And this person's got not 7, but 8 different restraining orders against them.
Wow. Okay.
So, yeah, you want to got walls. Yeah, I'm a little squirrely sometimes.
Yeah, I would lean on that too. I would say there's just somebody that's, one of our listeners that, for whatever reason, is adamantly, passionately hating us.
Yeah.
That would be probably the number one I would lean into. Is there anybody different for you, Virginia? It feels like you might have a list.
I do have a list.
Yeah.
I definitely have stirred the pot with a few people, and there's a couple of people that I've gotten in trouble and they've lost their jobs because of how they acted, and I ratted them out. Yeah, I'm not apologizing for any of it, but
So you are a rat, is what you're saying.
if you push me far enough, I will rat and I will make it really ugly for you. And I'm sure there's a couple people that would like me dead.
Okay. All right.
I can think of at least 5, 7.
7 from Virginia.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of people that I've fought with on Twitter, and I've basically called them out.
There's a couple dudes that legit want to. I think they want to see Virginia dead.
They're on Twitter.
There's some people when she goes into or when she double downs on that. Oh man, or this, whatever. Even if she's doing her actor shit, they don't like it, man. They get. Yeah.
They don't like it. They don't get it.
Sweet Dennys has to hear. And I'm like, dude, are you recording this? We might need this for court.
Yeah. Well, when they do take Virginia out, you're going to have to play this back.
Well, Florida's my number one favorite state to live in, and I saw that it was ranked number 9 overall, according to things like affordability. That kind of did us in. Economy's not bad. It was number 7 for that. Education, we were 40th. Infrastructure, 6. Quality of life is 4. That's a good one. And job opportunity, number 14. So, yeah, a lot of those factors together, and we're number 9 overall.
Look, focus on the beach, not the fact that we keep walking in front of the bright line.
Look, we're dumb, but baby, we're living our best life.
Yeah.
We love the beach.
And Fort Lauderdale was named the 18th best beach by TripAdvisor. So we got that going for us, too.
Would you agree with that? Do you like that beach?
I do. It's fun. A lot of activity around there.
Is it clean looking?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
I don't find Fort Lauderdale Beach to be too bad. They've done good cleanups on it. The whole strip there is very nice.
I know I've been there before, but I wouldn't say I've been there, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, you were drunk.
Yeah.
So of all the states you could live in, what would be your third choice? Not your second, but your third choice. Because I think I would go Florida 1. I think a lot of people would go California because, it's nice climate and beaches
the weather.
and all that. Yeah.
The weather is just as pretty as Florida, but it's no humidity.
So that's why we're going to your third option. So what would be the third choice? I think mine would be Georgia, just because it's still in the South, more of a moderate climate. I get the sensibilities of Georgia, close to Florida.
Yeah, I'm thinking Oregon's my first, Vermont my second. The third, you're saying?
Yeah.
I'm going Montana. We talked about it the other day. I want to go out on the field and just look at some horses scamper freely.
Okay. Virginia, your third choice?
So Florida's my first. Louisiana is my second. I think California would be my third.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're all different. Look at that.
I think I ruined the game. I think I gave you 4. I didn't.
It's all right.
You didn't even pick Florida.
I did. I didn't think. I thought I was cheating the game, in my opinion. I thought.
It's all good.
Whatever,
It's all
dog.
good.
I don't care. I give up. I surrender.
Is that your thought for the day?
Yeah. Go out and get him, kids.
I hope you have
It's terrible.
I hope you have a better one coming up.
I'm in a terrible state.
How's your back?
It's awful. I'm terrible.
Always love to see our good friend Art Volo. He's rolling through town.
Rolling, that's me, rocking and rolling to RMF.
If you don't know Art Volo, he's a guy that everybody in radio knows because he's been filming radio shows forever.
Film is a 4-letter word that starts with an F.
Oh, okay. Is there a different way to say it? You've been videotaping,
Yeah,
I guess?
videoing.
Yeah, you were back in the day, and I was telling you about that Z100 documentary that they did about worst to first. And Scott Shannon, who you can still hear on the airwaves here of the Palm Beaches, but a lot of people grew up with him when he took Z100, which is a massive station in New York City.
From worst to first.
You provided a majority of the footage, the old
I was
footage.
there videotaping it 100 days into the format. That's right.
Yeah, so if you watch that documentary, which you can now get on iTunes and places like that, you can see all of Art's videos.
All the videos from me.
Yeah, it
they
goes
paid
way
me,
back.
They paid me $20 for it. Yeah, it was great.
$20?
Wow.
Damn, you got
Anyway,
robbed.
hey, you were talking earlier about Kellogg's. I thought that was cute. You know, I'm from Michigan.
Okay, yes,
And
unfortunately.
you probably don't know this, but in Battle Creek, Michigan, none of the houses actually have addresses.
They don't. Why do they not have addresses?
Serial numbers.
Dennys, you got competition in here.
There are people on there.
Art's joke jury.
And I'm wearing a Bucky shirt, right? And I told people, I said, Wawa, watch out. Because it's like Wawa on steroids. You never saw a place like Bucky's in your whole life. And so I told this joke on Scott's show up in New York. He said, let me hear what the joke is. And he thought, that's funny. You can tell it on the air. So I told it. And then he berated me on the air because he said, no, we don't let this guy on the air. It was a local joke, but there's so many New Yorkers and New Jersey people down here.
Of course, yeah.
That they do have Wawas down here. And I said, what town in New Jersey is never going to have a Wawa? Is up in Mahwah, New Jersey. The reason is because they can't answer the phone, Mahwah, Wawa, without laughing. It's just, and then they says, and then the guy Joe Nolan does the traffic, and then Scott walks over while he's doing the traffic and leans over and goes Mahwah, Wawa, and totally cracks him up on the air.
That's Scott. I think
very
Scott
funny.
set you up.
Oh,
That
I
seems
was
like a very
totally
Scott
set up.
thing.
Totally set up. You
And-
guys still sound good. I can't get over it.
Oh, he's amazing.
No, you guys.
Oh,
you
we
guys
were.
sound.
Oh my God.
No, you're one of the. And you're on video.
Yeah.
You can watch the show.
Yeah.
What's
yeah.
the rating on this show? Number one.
Yeah, well, that, yeah. I thought you meant like a PG-13.
NC-17.
We just had a conversation that might have teetered on the
Yeah,
edge.
you listeners can actually look into this room and see what's going on. That's so cool.
We don't need you anymore.
No,
I'm just kidding. I'm
Look,
just
hey,
kidding.
look what I started.
Yeah. No,
You've
you
been
did.
replaced by
No,
machines.
You did.
Really?
Yeah, you brought that. Honestly, it was you did inspire a lot of our KVJ TV because I said, people
You
really
saw
do
it.
like
You
watching
saw it
this
at the
stuff.
radio
Yeah.
conventions and
Yeah.
stuff. I was doing stuff with Bob and Tom in Indianapolis, and that caught the eye of my friend Sean Compton, who runs WGN America.
Yeah.
He put them on WGN, which is on all these cable systems around the country.
Yeah.
And then they had all the cameras in the studio, so when that ended, they just put it on the internet like you guys are doing.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah,
It's the way it's going.
yeah,
because
you're a pioneer.
This is the only place there's entertainment on radio anymore on these great morning shows.
Yeah.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Aw,
Love
thank
having you in,
you.
buddy. All right, yeah, he's definitely a big guy in the biz. So thanks for popping by.
Thank you.
All right, Bird, why don't you take it home with a thought for the day?
Ooh, it's a good one. You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do.
Oh, I like it.
Sink in, baby.
Do.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.